Oh God, here it comes! Oh, hot, 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 hot! Hot, 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 hot! Hot, hot, hot! Mr. Marsh, we apologize, and if it's okay with you, we would like to present you your long overdue trophy.
Mag.
Snake.
There's a small number of people in our community that are just hateful, angry, resentful, straight up assholes. I like to refer to them as an army of hate nerds in our community.
The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information. Real fucking high on drugs.
What is good, everybody? Welcome to a amazing session night. We finished a blunt that was rolled with some hash. Somebody was asking me in the chat what I'm smoking on. It's gotten to the point where I forget what I smoke on. I just, as soon as I get home, I put it in my canister thing, and then I don't even think about it anymore. But I should probably start paying more attention to that. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another Saturday night, another Modern Comic Mayhem. People will start showing up soon, I imagine. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time. I know Nate, shout out to our boy Nate, his Vols are playing, I think, right now. If anybody knows, is watching the game, give us updates on that game throughout the night. We're going to want those. So, but yeah. Crazy week, you guys. We've had just a super busy week of YouTube shows. Of course, we did House of Stein last night. Great show. That show is always a great show. Blast every time. We did Eric July the night before, which was a lot of fun. I think Eric, it was cool to see Eric. He looked like he was having a good time for a lot of it. I don't think he realized that we were just going to try and keep it to the business part of it. And I thought it was a fun show. And then Wednesday night, of course, we had on John Bolerjack, the filmmaker and at one time, I don't know if you would call him a confidant, but a friend of Stan Lee, who is putting out a Kickstarter right now. He's trying to get a Kickstarter funded that is he is everywhere on the talk of comic book content right now. I saw him on Billy Tucci's show last night, maybe the night before. He was there with Steve from Torpedo, and that was an interesting show, very interesting show. And he's just, man, he's getting it from all angles, right? People that are scared that they're going to show up in his film are worried that that film's going to get made and they're going to be, maybe outed as people that were part of the bullshit. Also, he's got a bunch of people that are going like, why didn't you do anything to stop it? Which it sounds like he did. I don't know. I'm not going to get too crazy into that. Frazetta fan says, Bryan, I hope you told Bowler Jack to reach out to Mickey. I think I'm gonna have Swag come on at some point tonight when we get into the Drama Alert shit. We'll talk about that in a second. But that dude is he's gonna have a rough time no matter where he goes, man. It's gonna be crazy. So that was very interesting. And then on Tuesday night, we had on not Tuesday night. Tuesday morning, we had on Rich Johnson, Bleeding Cool, which was also crazy. 3 interviews, 3 people that are, loved or hated in this industry, which is very interesting. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty dope. So, but what we're gonna do tonight is we're gonna go over F.O.C. We're gonna talk about the F.O.C. books that are coming out. There's 2 beautiful covers. Lobos has 2 beautiful covers. So we'll talk about F.O.C. We got WonderCon coming up. I'm heading out for WonderCon on Thursday, so I'm doing that. We'll probably talk a little bit about that and make sure you guys, if you're going to be there, let me know. Say what's up. I'm just going to be hanging out. I'm just going to hang out. No reason other than just to be there. So if you're going to be there, let me know. We'll get a beer. So, wow, I am ripped right now. That was an excellent session. Look at this. The one, the only Blind Adam. Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing, brother?
I can't complain. Was looking forward to hanging out tonight.
Oh yeah, brother.
Some comical care.
It's kind of funny, Adam. You have a little bit of a role to play in tonight's Drama Alert segment, my brother.
Really?
Yes.
What did I do?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Nothing bad. But you do have a role to play. So speaking of that, fucking Adam. There is a interesting thing that happens in YouTube. And it is the lore of the blue wrench and the powers a wrench holds for people in the world of YouTube. So we're going to get into that a little bit. And more importantly, we have a really good segment where we're going to talk about a moment. Every creator has a moment, right? Where you realize that you've either bit off more than you could chew, and you're like, how do I fucking right this ship? Do I just shut this shit off right now? Do I just not say anything and just end the show? And it was also that what the fuck moment of how do I never get into this incident again? And we're going to witness one of those moments by a new to me comic creator within the last year, I'd say, Mighty Comics, who's been around on YouTube for a while now. I think he said he's 5 years in, and he had his what the fuck moment this week. And we're going to talk about that on Drama Alert. Hood, what up, brother? What's going on?
What's up? Doing here, man?
What's up, Hood?
Well, I'm just playing. Hey, what's up? What's up, Adam?
Not much.
So, yeah, we're gonna get into all that shit tonight. Hood, how you doing, bro?
Good, man. Good. What were you talking about?
Our Drama Alert segment tonight is gonna be interesting, bro. It's gonna be interesting. Hey, what did you think of the John Bowler Jack stuff, dude? I didn't get a chance to really talk to you about it after the show.
Yeah, like my thing is, like, I have to let it play out. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna I'm not gonna like jump all over somebody. Oh, you should have saved him. You should have been there. The shield, like I wasn't there. You know what I mean? And based on what he said, it sounded like they were pretty tight and they had some good moments together. And he took care of him. Based on what he said, like he tried to let people know that he felt like he wasn't being taken care of in the right way. He tried. He had all this documentation from 4 or 5 years, 6 years with Stan Lee. So, I mean, it's a historic record. I don't think the whole thing is him being abused all goddamn day long. And if it is, that's pretty bad. But I just have to let it play out. Like like it's not unless I see the whole fucking shit, then I can make an assessment. I can't, because like if I was that way, I'd be all over fucking Instagram and Facebook and being judgmental of every goddamn person. I'd like, hey, you fucking pussy, and then go to the next one. You're a fucking pussy, and then go to the next one, pussy.
Yeah.
And just be Mr. Judgmental on everything. Time to hit Facebook.
Yeah.
Fucking pussy.
There's people out there that are like that, man. That is the internet troll, right?
Man, I
Ultimate
tell you,
internet
dude,
troll.
like, come at me, bro.
I think that he's probably learning some things that he probably should have done differently. I think Swag. I've talked to Swag a little bit about it, and I don't want to get his opinion out there, but Swag has a good take on it.
Yeah, I watched Swag's video on the John and how do you pronounce his last name?
Bowler Jack.
Or Bowler Jack, John, Mr. Bowler Jack's documentary, and it was a good take. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure that's a difficult situation when you're someone's personal assistant and you're, trying to do the best you can with everything that's in front of you.
Who was the guy jumping in? Like, what was his name? He kept on talking shit. God, what was his name? But I felt pretty good because I made him go away because I told him to suck his daddy's pee-pee.
Yeah, he was gone after that.
And it worked.
Okay, yeah.
Bro, after all these years, that shit still works, bro. I used to tell kids that in fucking junior high and high school, go suck your dad's pee-pee. And they'd just be like,
goodbye.
They wouldn't know what to do, bro. I hit him with a laugh, bro. I thought you were going to talk about my mom. Nope. It's all about you and your dad. It's all about you and your dad.
Well, it's interesting because the drama alert segment tonight is kind of about like this whole internet world that we live in nowadays, and how there's like there's ways to move within the internet, to traverse the internet. There's also ways not to move to traverse the internet. And there's things that me as a content creator over the years, and I know you guys too, right? You guys are content creators as long as I've been a content creator now. And there are things that you see that happen all the time. And sometimes you have to, as a content creator, you have to point them out, right? And they're fun to talk about. And we're going to get into that tonight. But Yee, how you doing, brother?
Doing pretty good. I see people are digging my shirt. I got this in San Diego last year.
Yeah.
What's on the shirt?
It's the Universal Monsters, and it has Japanese kanji written underneath it. I have no idea what it says because I'm not Japanese.
So we had a pretty
chicken fried rice.
We had a pretty fucking deep session today where I smoked a whole blunt and played like 5 songs. But you guys are gonna have to sit through one more song because his band dropped a video tonight, man.
Yeah. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So when we played in Corpus Christi, we filmed it, and then So we were filming. We usually film our entire set anyways, but for this particular show, we're like, okay, we're gonna use the footage for this to drop our new song, and all that. So because we have a new album coming out next month.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
On 420. So yeah,
That's dope, dude. That's good.
Did you watch it?
Well, we're gonna watch it right now. I already watched it. We're gonna watch it again. Check this shit out. Yee's band. Here we go. State of Filth.
Scare me, bro.
Is it legal to play in Texas? Maybe. We can't upload it to Pornhub anymore.
Yeah, no. Fuck Texas. For that one.
That's at Galvan Music Studio, bro.
This is at that ballroom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up 5 minutes away from that motherfucking place, bro.
Oh, really?
When I was a kid, I found a dead body out in the field with a fucking knife right through his chest, bro.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And there was a whole shitload of bars right down that strip. When I was growing up as a kid, we called them cantinas. And they were all right there on Agnes Street. Bro, hardcore. I was like, this is not how the fucking Stand By Me is supposed to go. Because you tell your friend, hey, you want to see a dead body? They're like, nah, nope.
Is that your new lead singer?
Yes, this is our new lead singer. So,
y'all had tryouts?
No. I mean, you know, we're not like an
hey, are those girls dancing?
Look at that chick, bro.
Yeah.
She was getting fucking down, dude. That chick will fucking take your ass out, bro. She's bigger than you.
Man.
Hood.
Bro.
He is wearing chainmail and it weighs like 30 pounds or something like that.
There's two of them. Getting down, dude.
Bro, who's she swinging at, bro?
You. That's your mother-in-law.
Dude, there was a couple of fights that like broke out throughout the day there. Why did your lead leave? Oh, so we've had all
right, we got to hold on.
Three different vocalists.
Trying to see if I recognize anybody from here, dude.
We got to listen to the breakdown, bro. Oh, you guys don't hear this at all? You guys didn't hear that at all?
Start again. Couldn't hear.
Ridiculous.
That's crazy. How did you guys not hear that? Let me see something here.
Let's see. What was the other question?
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh, so our original lead vocalist left. I'm not sure exactly the reason. I think he was starting a new project and didn't really have time for it. And then our guitarist that you see in the video, the bigger guy, he became the vocalist. And then he wanted to go back to playing guitar. So they found this guy.
You guys don't hear this?
I heard it.
Yep.
Huh. That's weird. Why isn't that working? Let me check here. All right, go ahead, E.
Oh, I mean, there's something really to the story other than that. Our vocalist or our guitarist got tired of doing vocals, or he noticed that like it was taking it was wearing out his body and stuff like that, and he knew he couldn't sustain like a whole year of just doing that. And then our new vocalist Kyle, he what was it? He like he had already been doing solo project stuff where he had done music videos, and then we're like, oh, let's get him. Or he had I can't remember if our band approached him or he approached us, but either way, he got added to the band.
That's weird, bro. I don't know why you guys this isn't working. It should work. It's weird. Fucking weird, bro. All right. Let's try it one more time. You guys hear that, right?
Yeah,
A little bit.
it's faint, but I'm hearing it.
How many views does it have now?
What about this? Hold on.
Got 90 likes. I'm gonna like it right now. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, they're still saying they can't hear it.
That's so weird, bro. I can't figure that out. Let me just go to another thing. Let's go to Joe Blow Horror. See if we can hear this.
Bring Brandy. I got reports that a group of armed political extremists.
See, you guys can hear that, right?
Yep.
That's fucking weird, man. That's so weird.
Have I ever eaten psychedelics on the day of a show? Not in this band. But I have done it before in the past.
So this is the song. Let's see if they can hear this now.
Allegedly. Oh, they're saying it's echoing though.
All right, tell me. Wow, that's weird. Your shit doesn't play, bro.
No,
Your
really?
shit does not. It won't let me put it through.
It's copyrighted, bro.
Yeah, maybe it's we're not in charge of that YouTube page because they drop several bands' music.
That's
so maybe
crazy.
they have maybe they have some like weird copyright protection thing embedded into it.
Yeah.
Where it can't be like broadcast through other stuff.
That's weird, man. That is super weird. All right.
Interesting.
So there you guys
Aaron,
go.
What's your band groupies?
So I'm the only single guy in the band. Everyone else in the band has like a girlfriend that they've dated for a while. So
Okay.
you know, it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, I mean, there's not a ton of people that go to these shows, so it's not like where it's like kind of like, oh, I can just talk to any chick there because they're probably dating someone else in a different band.
I wonder if it was noise suppression that was doing that on that shit. You know what I mean? Wonder if there was some noise suppression on that. Could have been some weird noise suppression on that. All right. Anyways, let's fucking get into the show tonight. So let me do this. The Mark Spears book hits this week, you guys. WonderCon. If anybody's gonna be at WonderCon, make sure you guys go stop by Clutch's booth to score one of those badass Zartan books. Those things are dope. All right.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, bro.
Right? Good shit, bro. All right. I gotta send out some invites real quick here. I want to get into something.
Don't invite anybody we don't know, bro.
All right, bro. All right.
I'm not comfortable with this.
You're never comfortable with that.
I'm just playing. Come on, baby.
All right, here we go. Send one to him. Send one to him.
Oh, Swag's gonna join us?
We'll see. Hopefully.
I hope not.
And send one to
all hating on everybody.
You're gonna start getting hate messages now.
Screw that guy.
You don't like Swag? I can't believe that.
You're so nice.
All right.
You're never pressing my books again.
You're a nice guy.
Okay.
I thought it was funny.
Look at that. Fucking Circumstances dropping 5 gifted subs. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
Wow, thank you,
Yeah,
man.
That's fucking dope,
Sweet.
brother. Shout out to Marcus, another great YouTube content creator. You know, fucking doing good things. Unfortunately, he fucking goes live right at the same time, which is, I mean, I'm not complaining about the time, but it doesn't mean I can't go over there and jump on it and hang out with him. He goes live right at the same time as the industry show. So, but make sure you guys go check out Marcus's shit. I might send him a link sometime a little later. We got some fun stuff to talk about. Let's just fucking get into it. Why don't we?
Let's go, man.
I got at you,
You
McCoy.
said
I
to
hope this
testify.
makes your comfortable drama, because these dudes, goofy ass dudes.
Into the news. Into the into the
But let's get down to business.
All right. So,
What happened?
all right. First things first. The legend of the wrench, the lore of the wrench.
Lord the wrench.
There is something kind of weird about YouTube where the moderator's wrench holds some type of power to some people. Very interesting how people utilize the power of the wrench. Okay, so here's my thoughts on how. Here's my thoughts on moderators for my channel. I appreciate the hell out of them. They're doing something free on their own time just to help, you know. What do I want them to do? I want them to, like, you know, if they want the ability to drop links about what they've got going on, I want them to do that. I want them to, you know, if they decide to drop links about something else, great, you can do that too. You don't have to. You don't have to do anything. The main thing is if something's going on where I can go, hey man, can somebody get that guy out of here or just time him out? That's the main thing. But I don't want you to hit anybody or time anybody out unless they do certain actions. Racism, I don't want no stupid racist words in my chat. You know, fucking homophobic bullshit. People come in here. You see people start putting like vertical words in. I'm instantly thinking you're doing it to try and throw some racist or homophobic word in there to try and get my channel dinged, right? So you see somebody start doing that, time them out. I don't want you to block people unless I say it. I try to keep my channel very free spirited in the chat. I don't want people to use their wrenches to, like, you know, if somebody they don't like is in there and they want to get rid of them, some stupid bullshit. That's cheesy to me. All that is cheesy. But there are some people that really hold that shit dear. And it's interesting to me to see that. But some other channel places use their moderators in a totally different fashion, and that is fine. This is just how I think of it. I don't care how you guys do it. Look at this. Everybody in there dropping all these fucking gifted subs. Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate you. Much love. Shout out Perry Comics.
Oh shit,
so,
I need to get in the chat then.
So, right. So, you know, like I it's just me. I don't want that shit to happen. So we've got a situation where in Industry of Comics show, Rich Johnson from Bleeding Cool is hanging out with us, and it's a great show. And for the industry show, I'm kind of like, it's my more professional show. On Saturday nights, I'm just, and Wednesday nights, let's be honest, I'm a little bit more professional on Wednesday nights, but on Tuesday nights, I don't smoke before I do the show, you know. I try to be a little bit more professional. You know, I want it to have that type of thing. So I'm not paying attention to the chat as much as I'm paying attention to the chat everywhere else. So, you know, it's going on, and fucking Larry at Niobe Comics and Sequential Geek get into it somehow. Okay. I have no problem with that. I don't care if you don't get along with another person in chat. And if you guys are going to go at each other, I don't care about that either. Just don't make it cheesy. Don't make it stupid. Like at some point you got to just, you know, it gets ridiculous. And they just kept going at it. And I see it in the chat. At one point, Sequential Geek reaches out and goes, Bryan, why don't you stop this? And I'm like, dude, I'm paying attention to what's going on in the show. I'm not paying attention to the chat right now, bro. You know, and it wasn't too bad. It's not like fucking something crazy was like, it was just Larry just fucking with the guy. And Larry's a long-time content creator. He knows fucking the lore of the live chat, and he's just pushing the guy's buttons. And the dude he was acting really fucking weird, man. And it was just they were just like going at each other. You know what I mean? Let me bring in Billy. Sick. What's up, brother? You there?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
As soon as we brought him on, he froze.
Yeah, his camera's. We'll wait till his camera comes back. So, anyways, they're going at it, and it is what it is. I don't care. I'm not paying attention to the chat. I'm not. It's just not my. It's not my thought process for that show. And at one point, after I say like, "Hey, I'm not paying attention," they just keep going at it. And Adam, I think at one point, you had enough, and you're like, "Listen, you two, I'm timing you each out."
I'm scrolling through the chat, and they're going at it, and and it's okay. Can we please calm down? We're trying to enjoy the show in the chat. Can we all play? Can we all chat nicely, or can you just take a couple of minutes to cool down?
Yeah, which is totally fine.
And I let it go, and then Larry, he was in a rare form.
Oh, rare form.
They kept on going at it, so I timed them both out for 5 minutes.
And I respect that. I don't have a problem with that. Okay, that's not like that's something where somebody I respect, Adam, is can see that it's just kind of stupid, and he just timed them out. Well, here's the problem, and this is where it gets crazy. So this happens. Well, Larry's wrenched. Niobe's wrenched, so it doesn't time him out. It just times out Sequential. And Sequential is losing it because he's thinking that Larry is probably timing him out, where Larry's not timing him out. It was Adam, but Larry doesn't get timed out because he's a wrench. So they keep going at it, and finally we're at the end of the show, and I see them continue to go at it, and Sequential's like, "You fucking timed me out." And I'm just thinking to myself, what is going on here, bro? And Larry's like, "Dude, Sequential, chill out or I will time you out." And that's the only thing I saw. And I just said, "Don't time him out, Larry." And Larry's like, "Fuck it, bro. You're going to have to pull my wrench." And I'm like, "Fine, I'll pull your wrench." That, to me, that should have been like Larry, or I mean like Sequential, like being cool with it. Like, okay, now at least you're sticking up for me. Bro, this Sequential guy goes crazy on me. He must have dropped so many comments on my videos lately, just trashing me over not sticking up for him in the chat. Do you guys understand that? Like, I'm doing a show, and it's not like I don't watch the chat all the time, but on certain shows, I'm trying to fucking, keep the show going good, ask certain questions, make sure that it's entertaining for people. I'm not paying attention to two fucking people spurging out at each other in the chat. And Sequential is not having any of it, okay? So this is what I want to show you guys what not to do, okay? This is the type of shit that if you're a fan of a YouTube creator, this is the type of shit that worries YouTube creators, that makes me instantly go like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Is this guy unhinged on me? And I don't want to, I'm not calling this guy out because he's just pissed, and I get it. But bro, you're dropping, look how long this thing is. He drops. I mean, it keeps going and going. He just literally copied and pasted the whole chat event, and he just keeps giving it to me, man. I mean, look at this.
What is that? What is that?
So this is my community. These are all my community chats on YouTube. So, I mean, listen to this stuff. and sequential. I'm not mad at like, you're a longtime viewer, and I don't want you to think like, if anything, I'm telling you, you've gone unhinged here, bro. Like, just chill. And I had to tell him multiple times. I'm like, Geek. I go, Geek, you sound unhinged right now. Niobe spurged out on you. You spurged out on Niobe. Niobe threatened to boot you, so I took his wrench. I'm not going to read these long-ass rants. I'm too stoned for that. You're good, bro. And then he just kept going. So here's, and Billy, I don't know how you deal with it. Like, I don't, but when I watch this, when I get these long-ass things like this, I'm not reading 4 paragraphs of messages. I am literally too stoned for that. You know, I'm not. You're fucking totally harshing my high, bro. It's not worth it to me to read all this. Too long. Don't care. Chill out. And it just keeps going. He has dropped messages on every fucking video I've done in the last fucking 4 days, and he just keeps going. And I finally had to tell him, like, bro, chill out. And he's literally letting me have it. Like, fuck you, dude. You're a piece of shit. Unhinged rants, like, you know, crazy shit. Listen to this. Beyond Wednesdays, you are moronic. You fucking bitch friend loves to make threats and curse at people with no consequences returning to your live chat. And you get off having people let themselves be walked on. Niobe Comics is not an adult. Get a clue. He makes up shit about me challenging him all the time. What the fuck? You expect people to be cursed at and threatened on your show and just be okay with that? You're an idiot, Bryan McClay. Really. Like that, like a little bitch. You got to support some dumb fuck that tries to bully people instead of man up and admit you get off seeing people get fucked with on your show. Fuck you, Tim McClay. Bro.
What's up, Slaggle? What a mouthful to hear as you're entering into a show, right?
Whatever, don't mind me. Keep going.
Whatever, you didn't say hi to me, dick.
Oh, my bad.
What's up,
fucking asshole.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I did say hi. You just froze when the first time you joined.
Oh, it's possible.
Nah, he was ignoring you, Billy.
Yeah, it's okay.
Who's talking?
So, Bryan, like, I don't really know what to say about all this because I wasn't in those chats. I don't know what was said.
Just read the comments. It's all there.
Yeah, dude.
Well, like Bryan said, I don't have the time.
Yeah. What the fuck? People.
But yeah, things can get, you know, people. I don't know. I've had it. I mean, it happens.
And I'm not going to get in deep on this. I'm just letting people know. I appreciate my wrenches. I want to keep a chat that is not an echo chamber, so I don't like booting people. But I'm Geek. I don't like blocking people. But this is the type of shit that is going to get you blocked. And I'm going to block you, and you're just going to have to chill out for a while. I'm not going to deal with this type of shit. It makes me worried. It's like, this is the type of shit where I go, this is why I have a fucking P.O. box, you know, like, what the fuck? So
let's let the chat decide.
Yeah, the chat's gonna, thumbs down. Yeah. But here's the other side of it, you guys. I love a community. I love our community. I think most people know what you're going to get with me. I'm very fair and stuff. And I just love conversation. But I find this cheesy. I find it unhinged. And Sequential he's a content creator himself, I believe. So, you know, you should, I would think you would understand that. Like, it's weird, bro. It's a lot of hate for a YouTube show. I'm getting ready to go to fucking, I'm getting ready to go to WonderCon this weekend. And I'm going just to fucking, you know, take a break. Touch grass, as they say, right? Swag, touch grass. And
touch grass, man.
And
I love saying that in video games.
Yeah. So like, this is the thing that I have to say to this guy. Like, bro, touch grass. Like, you're caring too much about a YouTube show, which you shouldn't have to worry about. You know, feeling that way. Nobody over here. It's like, you chill out, bro. But that being said, that's not the main reason we're here tonight. The main reason we are here tonight is to talk about a moment that all content creators go through. I call it the what the fuck moment. The moment where you've realized that you've probably bit off more than you could chew, and you're trying to figure out how to never have this happen again. And this week it happened to Mighty Comics and Collectibles. And Mighty's a new creator to me. I think the first time I met him, it was on your show, Swag. It was the first time I had met Mighty for one of your yearly shows or something. And I haven't. I think the whole drama world universe collide, as Darth Lopez likes to call it, got me into a lot of new creators that I never would have been into, and it made me realize how many creators there are out there that we don't realize are out there, and they've been doing it a long time and they're good at it. And so I learned today by watching this that Mighty's been doing this for a while. He's been doing it for like 5 years or something. And he's got a great YouTube channel over there, and he does good stuff. And he mainly does YouTube, like Hot 10. He does like a Hot 10, a version of his own Hot 10. He does he does this thing where he comments on the community. It's like a little show. And then, but here's the thing, and this is why I'm glad I have Billy and Swag here too for this, because you guys have also built a YouTube channel on a similar way that he has, where it's edited content as well as live content, right? And I don't do a lot of edited content. He does a lot of edited content, and he does a good job at it. And he decided to do a live video this last week where he invited on a hornet's nest of people. And it was absolutely amazing to watch. And I figure we're going to EFAP it with these guys to talk about this and just talk about in general the what the fuck moment we've all had in content creation, right?
But right now you're describing like Swag's worst nightmare, where he was like, I have an open invitation for anyone that wants to jump in right now. Is basically what I'm hearing.
Yeah, don't do that.
Well, but at least when I've tried to do the shows, I only try to let one person up at a time. So you don't get these conflicting personalities like what we're about to watch.
Okay, so we're about to watch a train wreck right now.
Well, let's talk about that for a second, because that is the thing. Live YouTube is a totally different animal, and the only way that you get good at it is by doing it over and over, right? That's the only way. And
like having me on is good practice for Bryan. That's why I'm here. Like I'm a disruptor.
Because you keep us on our toes. You keep us on our toes. Is what Joe really does.
That's what I'm here
That's
for.
the reason why I can be a little bit more quiet on Saturday, because I can let just Joe be the honorary comic pet.
Ah, man, and you're welcome.
Yes.
Bryan, you're welcome, because Bryan has a polish on him that he didn't have 3 years ago. Now, like, he can navigate through my
through anything.
Yeah.
Except one of these nights, your mother-in-law is going to show up on a show. And
oh man,
and they're gonna make love live.
The best part was when my nieces saw the evil queen turn into a little old lady with the apple. They go, Joe, your grandma. That was awesome, dude. I said a tear came down.
All right,
It is your grandmother.
I'm gonna go to kind of the start of all this. So this is Mighty Comics and Collectibles. Let me go ahead and drop the link in here for everybody, so they can go sub up to his channel. He does good content. He's a good content creator. And
what's wrong with comic collecting?
I think that I had a moment very much like this that I'll talk about that he has here. But this was amazing because it was while watching this, it just like it all goes flooding back to me, like me, that moment where I'm having to think about like, okay, what do I do to get out of this? What do I do to fix this? So he says, I want to do a nothing is off limits. What's wrong with comic collecting? And the comic market sucks, and comic YouTubers content is garbage, right? So he wants to do all this. All right. So here we go. We're not going to go through this whole thing. We're just going to go through the first part because that's the fun part. And then you guys can go watch the rest. You guys can even watch Swag jump on because Swag does a good job. He jumps on it too at some point. But,
used against you later on at some point. So choose your words very carefully. So I'll say hello to a few people in the chat. And we're going to start off with Mr. Darth Lopez. What's going on, brother? Who else? Jeffrey Fonzo. What's going on? JSS Brooklyn in the house. What is...
Let me get to the spot.
It's like some people we know.
Yeah. Let me get to the spot where people start showing up. I think Lopez jumps in first. Now, Mighty did send the link to...
Well, we'll see.
A couple people. Is that echo coming from me or is it coming from him? Because I don't remember that echo being there. But here we go.
I hear an echo.
I hear it on his video.
Okay.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm hanging in there. Anything you want to get off your chest with anything collecting? Could be about, I saw your video, I don't know if it was last night or this morning that you put out about other people in the community, about other channels and tell them talking shit. This is an open mic for anybody who has anything to say. So I'm going to hand it to you right now. You got something?
Nah, not really, unless you want to talk about that. But me, where I'm at with collecting books right now, I'm trying to thin out the herd, man. So I'm not really, I've cut back a lot. So I'm about 20, maybe $25 a week. I tried to sell off my whole X-Men run. So from like Uncanny X-Men to now, like I have the whole thing from Giant Size #1.
So if anybody wants to jump on, I see one I'm going to add to stage, but when the other one's ready, I don't know if he wants to come on camera, but I'm going to let this one in. What's up, MJ? What's going on, brother?
How you doing? Yeah. MJ Comics, good dude. Another great content creator from across the pond. He does great interviews. Billy, you should go on his show. Totally, you should go on his show, brother. All right, here we go.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. I'm hanging in there. We have one more backstage, but I don't. I'm going to add him, and we'll see if he adds the camera. He might just go quiet though. Ready? Okay. So his name is not here, or is it there?
Ladies and gentlemen, the goose. The goose has shown up.
The goose is loose,
bro.
Oh crap!
I want.
This guy?
Yeah, I want to make a sound clip where it's the goose. Remember the video that he had where he said, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be part of drama anymore. And then I want to have it just be like, and then show like, him popping up and acting all crazy because this was a mistake right here. This was a mistake. So here we go.
There it is. So I personally invited him today to see if he would show up because I know this gentleman has some great stuff that he talks about on his channel. And I'd love to hear what he has to say. If he could open and air anything that he wants to say, but it's still open to everybody. So I've let it be known, like content creation is something that's great. But I think if you're not consistently doing better, you're hurting yourself in the long run. Anybody want to comment on that or have anything else?
What do you guys think about? What do you think about that, Billy? Do you think that if you're not consistently getting better, you're hurting yourself in the long run?
I don't necessarily think that's true. I think that for a lot of people, it's just an outlet, and whether they have subs. I know so many people that have my subs that have, I can't get to 1,000. I can't get to 1,000. I want to get monetized, and I've helped them get there. Like, my subs will go sub up to them or they do different things. But the truth is, I guess there's two types of people. One person that just wants to share their, I know it sounds corny, their journey, right? And whether you have a sub or not, this is an outlet for it. And there's other people that all they want to do is be famous. And if they don't grow, it's not worth it. So I think that maybe it applies to those people that just, they want to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and they just don't want to stop, but they want it for another reason. I think the majority of people on YouTube are just using it as an outlet. I think for like maybe me and Swag, I'm not going to speak first. This is my thought. Like, we started something, we wanted to help the community in our own way. You know, what he does and what I do are different, but we're passionate about it. We've been doing it for a while, and we enjoy it. And if it grows, it grows. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't think either one of us is in it for subs. I mean, I might always say, make sure to subscribe. It's just a rule of thumb. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, it's a passion. But I don't know if that makes any sense. But I think again, I think most of the people that do it are just trying to have an outlet. And I don't know.
I agree. What do you think, Swag?
You're muted, Swag.
You're muted.
Oh yeah. I agree with what Billy was saying, because like I don't agree with the framing that this set up, because that assumes like you want to be Mr. Beast or you want to be PewDiePie, and not everybody wants to do that. And
yeah,
certainly it's not possible to make it to that level within the subject that we're discussing, you know. So most people, I think, who have YouTube do it for their community, and then, you know, some people can use that to help, you know, get whatever other projects they want to do out there. You know, like Billy, you got your online retail store, like, you know,
yeah, that just happened all of a sudden, you know, out of a whim.
Right. But then, yeah, and now you trade value. You give people good insights, and then they support your business. And same for me. It's like, you know, I have my ventures where I write my own comic books. So it's like, if people want to support that venture for me, like that's the trade that we have, you know. And then that's how I view it. But
the other thing is, if you want to get really big, like a lot of people, like Swag was saying, like honestly, the only way to have gotten big on YouTube really at this point is you had to be there when YouTube started. I mean, you know, most of these people that are gigantic have been on forever, like Comics Explained. He's been there forever, and that's why his audience is so big, just because he's so long, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like what's his name too, that you were saying
we're going to get to a point where I'm going to basically, we're going to get to a point where I'm going to ask a similar question with Yi and Hood here in a second. Here we go.
What they want to say?
I'm just here for Darth Lopez.
Woo! Shots fired. Ladies and gentlemen, the Terrordome has been initiated.
Game on!
Game on!
Interesting though.
Yeah. Game on. Look at
Can I add a little bit of just behind the scenes context, because I'm in this. I jump on the stream later on in the video, but at this point, you know how like when you guys log in, you get the StreamYard link and you go into like the preview window, but like sometimes you have your phone open, so you still have the chat open. So I went on, or I opened up the link thinking like, oh, I'm gonna hop on a stream. He's got an open mic, and before this, he was talking about like just the market and stuff, and I figured I jump on or whatever. And as soon as I went into the backstage area, I saw that, and I saw Sticky say that, and I was like, all right, I'm bouncing out. I'm gonna watch this for now. You know, let me jump in later on. You know, let me not muck it up.
I will say I think it's cheesy that none of them have their cameras on.
Yeah, I agree. That's a thing to me, and I get it. There's a big subset of YouTubers who, you know, they're okay with that, and it is what it is. But I would rather have a camera on.
Somebody, I mean,
yeah, I would rather have a camera.
Yeah, you gotta look them in the eyes when you're talking.
Yeah, look them in the camera.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it has a blanket like that.
Technical issues.
Okay, so
have my camera work.
I want to say something. One of my favorite parts of this whole thing is watching MJ's expression, okay? Because MJ is just like multiple times, Mighty will go into this like mode where he doesn't know what to do, so he just asks MJ something. He's like, well, what do you think about it? And MJ's like, dude, I'm just here to hang out. I don't know. He's like, what do I do? This gets crazy. Watch this.
Ooh, ha ha.
Not really done.
Bitch, let's go.
Oh, what up, little faggot? Oh, sorry, excuse me. What up? Whoa. Yeah.
Whoa.
What's up?
As a reminder, everything that's here, like it's going to be portrayed. So just choose your words wisely.
Say it.
I want to see your stuff, dude. I want to see that camera.
No, I show my face. That's
no, I want to see your face today, dude.
Hit the subscribe button. What's up?
Show your face, dude. Coward.
Oh, No, I don't want to. Make me.
I know you have showed your face before. I saw a video with you in it.
See that big bald head.
Like
Yours
Oh.
too, Clarence.
I was gonna say, so 3 of us on here are bald, by the way. So nobody should be making fun of bald people.
I miss you, Dad. I miss you.
So air it out. Don't just go at each other. Somebody start.
Mistake number 2. Just air it out. Just go ahead. Somebody start. Go at each other. Mistake number 2.
Can I say something coming from the Shock Jock world?
I don't know what Mighty's. I probably should have invited Mighty on tonight. To be honest, I probably should have invited Mighty on. I didn't think about that. I have a lot of.
This would be perfect radio.
Yes. I have a lot of respect for Mighty because he tried to pull this off, man. And I've been in his situation, and we'll get into that. I have been here before, and it is. You're kind of like excited, like it's gonna go the way you think, and it's not. It's not gonna happen.
It's to what you were saying earlier, Brian, even like with the content, like, like when you're driving the live stream and then like the chat's starting to fire off, and then like now you're like the lizard with your eyes are like one on the stream and one on, it's like, Mighty, I'm sure in his head was probably thinking like, all right, let me ask Sticky, you said you're here for Darth. Well, why don't you explain what problem you have with Darth, right? That would be a better like setup, but it's hard to concentrate in that moment.
Well, I get it because they're both just going yeah, and they're no one saying anything. So I understand why I said, "Can you just do something, say something?" Because
bro,
it's annoying.
I was gonna say I remember when Thorough told me, he goes, "Hey man, I'm thinking about having Epic Nation and what's his face from New York,
GQ,
Nick GQ," and that was a classic,
cinema.
Yes, similar moment. Yes. All right, here we go.
That was something.
You want to start, MJ?
With what? I was coming on to talk about how, about the whole thing.
I want to restart that so you guys can get that whole thing. Like he immediately goes to MJ. Christ. MJ's like what? What?
About MJ? Air it out. Don't just go at each other. Somebody start. You want to start, MJ?
With what? I was coming on to talk about how, about the whole thing about seeing it as competition with other creators. I'll happily help out.
MJ instantly fucking pulled that one of his ass, and that was a nice smooth move right there.
Anybody who reaches out, like Daniel, I helped you out with thumbnails and stuff, didn't I?
Oh yeah, man, you're awesome. You're the cornerstone of the community.
I don't know if he's big.
There's no way he's being honest on that one, but I get what he means.
Anchor being.
Yes, that's a good one. I like that. But let me ask you guys a question. Since I have the 3 of you, do you see it as a competition? Do you see other people's like content and be like, fuck, I wish I was doing better, or like I'm jealous of that person?
No, I don't.
No, never jealous. I'm always like, wish that my stuff would do better, but I'm never jealous of anybody.
Goose?
It's absolutely a competition.
It is a competition. I think it's a competition, but like I said before, it's beneficial to everybody out there to compete with one another. Especially, it depends what you want to get out of it. For me, and I'll be honest with you, I'm looking to do something else. Like I like comics, I like collecting, but I think I'm pretty good at what I do, and I learn pretty quickly. So I want to take this to a different level and see if I could possibly do it. I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but I love that. And I think Goose, you're probably along the same line, just looking at some of your videos, right? Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a competition because there's only so much time that anybody can spend watching this bullshit. So like, you need to come correct, and you need to have the best shit.
You need to come correct. You need to have the best shit.
I don't like that he said bullshit. That just shows me he doesn't give a shit.
He never gave a shit, man. He's here right now just to fuck with people, and
Oh, we can't have competitors on this video right now. So sorry. Bye, Swag. Bye, Billy.
yeah.
I will say something about competitors. Like there was a part of me when I first started that wanted to be. I felt that like I was competing with Bueller mostly. We were doing the same type of videos, but it drove me to what I think to do a better video, not just reading what was coming out, really breaking it down. And that type of
atmosphere
energy helps you get better if you use it the right way. But I also learned that there was a point where I had to let it all go because it changes you, and that wasn't who I was. So I understand both parts of it. But eventually, if you really care about whoever, your people and what you're doing, you don't think about it anymore. But in the beginning, there is a competitive drive to do better than someone else, I think.
Yeah.
when you're
Yeah.
doing categories that other people are doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. I went through all that, and so did Hood and Yee with Flipside. I mean, that's what all Flipside was like. What can we do to get better? What can we do to get better? What can we do to get better? And you're right. After a certain point, you're just like, okay, I just enjoy doing. I don't know about everybody else, but for Beyond Wednesdays, the whole point of Beyond Wednesdays is social aspect. It's me getting to hang out with my good friends, like really good friends. You know what I mean? Like I think I talked about this during another Sticky drama alert segment where Sticky was complaining about how YouTube has done nothing for him. But I'm like, dude, I have found so many really good friends through this. And then my content is me just hanging with those friends, talking about and just bullshitting about whatever comics, Hood's stepmother or mother-in-law, you know, Yee's band, you know, good cannabis, you know, how to make money with like just whatever. We're just having a good time. So I look forward to doing it. My content's so different than you know, creating the video aspect. So for me, it's easy, and I don't know about Hood and Yee, but I look at this stuff exactly just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go hang
Can I
out.
chime in for a second, please?
Of course, you can.
Basically, the way I view my content is, especially in the last year, especially coming up for the next month with the surgery I'm about to have and all that, I view it more as therapy and more as, hey, I get to just, you know, my vision getting worse. I can't go on stage and do stand up as much as I would like to. Like, I can't really do the con scene the way I used to be able to when I was able to see better. So this has become more like a home for me and a place to just, you know, make the friends I've made, to be able to just still able to, as Dennis and Jesse would say, pivot a bit and still able to do the things I love in a different way.
Yeah.
100% agree with him. That's what it's become. I made so many friends that I talk outside of this, and it's a family outside of, you know, the home. You know, the sickos are my family.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a weird dynamic because there's people who probably watch my channel that at this point probably have a better sense of me than people in my real life. You know, because I'm just being my, you know, I'm being my like truest, nerdiest like version of myself, you know, like on camera. So it's like in a lot of ways that's like, even though like sometimes I'm hamming it up, right, for like camera, but like that's me, you know. And so people really intimately know you, and I get to learn about, watch you guys all on this show, or people in the chat, you get to know the people. So the community aspect has been like the biggest thing that has come of it. But to address the one thing I'll say, like, you know, as far as like the competition thing, you know, it's like technically that is true, like in the sense that like, you know, everyone's competing for attention. Like everyone who's tuned into the show tonight could have watched Netflix or could have played video games. So like you're technically competing with all of that. But at the same time, like that's such a bad like mental frame to like put yourself in as a content creator. Like it's just it's the worst way to make content. And the best thing to do is to just compete with yourself and just try to make your own stuff better every time. And like that's what I try to do, you know, and it's much healthier way for me to look at things.
Yeah.
But it also gets to a point too, right, where, you know, you're at the peak of your game of content creating or whatever, getting max views, tons of comments, blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden like that crashes, like because you're either not growing like what you're doing, or you know, you kind of just get stale, right? It gets to a point of that over the years that you know, you find your peaks and valleys. And so I mean, if you're already in that mindset that you're competing against everyone, and then all of a sudden you start dipping down a little bit, you start beating yourself up more, and then you're not helping anyone. So I always found it that it's good to take breaks from creating content, even if you do like you know, even if you have a weekly show or whatever, it's good to step back every so often, just to keep things fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dude, Solo, you did call me fat, you bastard. I was right. It was. He's like, he thinks I called him fat. I have no problem. I think it was funny, dude. But well, of course I didn't at first. But what Swag was saying, here's the truth of it. If some people don't believe that you're yourself or not, like if you can become yourself, if you can just be yourself, right? You are going to attract people that like that person.
You got
If
it.
you pretend to be
You got it.
somebody else,
Yep.
if you pretend to be, and there's someone in this other video that is pretending to be someone else, and you attract the wrong type of views, the wrong type of people, they can't connect, and it's clear that he's not being who he really is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, you could tell he really wants that type of community like we have. You could totally tell, dude.
He did not say that. Don't worry, Wookie. Don't worry.
It's
funny.
It's very interesting to see how bad he wants to have a community. You know, he yearns for it. He wanted to be friends with Gem Mint and Tom so bad, but now the problem is, it's like I always said, the guy is just he gets butthurt too easy. He has no friends, so I think he gets butthurt too easy, and that's why he has no friends probably. But he's on there just to troll, and this turns into a complete shit show here in a second, and I fucking love it. Like, not in a shit show in a bad way either.
You two have a comment on that about, you know, do you agree with that? Do you purposely like try to get better?
I said his whole channel is about me. He never gets better. He does everything about me. His whole fucking channel.
Yeah, it's not, bro. Should be happy. How does it feel though? How does it feel to get trolled though? So you thought you were funny and you thought you could take those shots at people.
Dude, I'm the funniest member of the community.
But when it was turned on you, you don't like it? Huh? Coward?
You built your whole channel on my back along with that piece of shit razor. Your whole fucking channel. Check your top.
Yes, I did.
Check your top videos, dude.
Okay, you said that thousands of times, bro. It's payback for the roast. How about that? You thought you were funny?
Payback for the roast.
You thought calling Bacon retarded?
You're mad that you're not included because you're
nobody. Calling Bacon retarded? You thought you'd get away with that?
Because you're nobody like all your little fucking friends are. You're nobody, bro.
Go back in hiding. You don't even deserve to be part of this community.
Gatekeeper.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Let's screen cap that, Lawrence. I mean, Clarence.
Yeah. See, you're not made for this, bro. You don't see. Stop trying to be something you're not. You ain't ready.
Talking about. You don't know anything about me. You're a fucking criminal. You showed knives and threatened my family. You piece of shit. You deserve to be.
You don't know anything about me. You're a fucking criminal. You're a fucking criminal.
Stop, you bitch.
Stop it. Stop it.
I didn't threaten my family. You piece of shit. You deserve to be in prison, you bitch.
Stop it. Stop it. I did not threaten your family.
All right, so I'm gonna stop it right there. Calm down a bit.
Okay. So
stupid.
This is so dumb.
That reminds me of old episodes of Howard Stern when whack packers would go at one another.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's the whack packers.
I've been in the middle of a couple of those as a former whack packer, and that says that has that type of vibe written all over this.
Watch Mighty. This is the moment where Mighty is starting to realize maybe this wasn't a good idea. All right. And I love how he immediately goes back to MJ. So here we go.
Stop it. I did not threaten your family.
All right, so I'm gonna stop it right there. Calm down a bit. Let's go into timeout for a minute, both of you, before we turn this into something that's outrageous. But MJ, what's going on, my friend?
Nothing much. I was just coming on to I didn't know this was gonna happen. I was just coming on to support you, buddy.
That's all right. This is what this thumbnail that I put up is exactly what we're getting right now. I'm not gonna lie. This is exactly what not that I wanted. I don't want to see them go at it. I would like them to kind of make this like a peace offering, but I think airing of grievances without calling each other names is a good thing. But I'm going to say the two of you guys refrain from going at each other with name calling. You want to argue?
This dude knew exactly what he was doing,
100%.
man.
100%.
Please, bro. Let's see what happens when I put two pit bulls in the ring together. I didn't think they were going to bite each other. Holy shit. Man, what do you think, Yee? Did you think this would happen? Come on, bro.
Bro, okay, so let me explain to you my moment that I had when this happened, okay? My moment is the John Malin, Ethan Van Sciver moment where we did a Hot 10 show where John Malin's Red Riding Hood was like the #1 book because it was selling on eBay for like $500 a pop. And Mel kind of like took offense to some things and didn't know who they were or anything about Comicsgate, and kind of was like, you know, inferring some things. He was being Mel, and Mel didn't say anything wrong in my opinion. But it got back to the Comicsgate guys, and John Malin was like, I'll come on the show and talk to you about it. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm thinking like maybe I'll get Mel on to talk about it and this and that. And I'm like, that was my first mistake. Okay. My second mistake was, okay, I'm going to have Ethan and Skyver and John on, and then the other two guys that are going to be on with me are two people that had no idea about anything. They didn't know about the book. They didn't know about the event, that it was on the Hot 10. They knew nothing. And I just threw them to the wolves. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Poor Nate and Anthony at Bird City are like, what is going on here?
Yeah,
John
because I was supposed to be on, but I got sick.
Yes,
I remember that show.
I remember that show because my band was playing that night.
Yep.
And I was on the north side, and I was like, I don't really have time to go like all the way back to my house. Like, do I just go over to Nate's house? Like, since he's so close.
Yep.
And then
we let you down, Brian.
No, you didn't. I let people down. So this is what I'm talking about. This is that moment. I realized in that moment, one, I made the mistakes. The first mistake was I shouldn't have rushed it because, you know, I want to have those guys on my channel. I want to talk to them. I'm not a huge Comicsgate guy. At that time I didn't follow Comicsgate, but I'm a huge Ethan Van Sciver fan. And I'm thinking like, okay, I'll have Ethan Van Sciver come on my channel. I'd love to talk to these guys. And that was my mistake, right? I rushed it. I should have waited. Two, I should have made sure that if anybody was going to be on there with me, they were part of the Hot 10. And if not, it should have just been me. And I should have been more prepared. Right. So it was all on me. And going forward now, I'm making sure that if I have a show where there's something controversial or something going on, I make sure I put the right people on because it's not fair to them to be put in the position.
Brian, I don't think it was that bad, bro. Like, first of all, I think Ethan was pretty chill.
He was.
Ethan's very intelligent. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm telling he's an extremely intelligent guy. I'm not saying that everything he does is right and wrong or whatever. But you know, and there was that was a sensitive show, dude. That was about
sensitive
what's his
topics.
name, and he was, yeah. And so, I don't think it was bad as you thought. I remember you and I talked about it after for a while, but looking back, though, I think you did well, and I think Ethan held himself. I think Ethan
did great. Yeah.
Respected you enough to chill, and But you know that shit goes hand in hand. You got to be careful, man. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
Well, here's the problem. Here's the problem. I pissed off a lot of my community, right? Because my community sees it from a different angle. Like, you're not sticking up for Mel. So many people were so mad at me for not sticking up to Mel, and it caused rifts in relationships. And so it made me go, okay, I need to be smarter about this and how I handle this. And that was my moment, like, and especially on a live show. Like, if it was a recording, I'd just be like, okay, fuck it, I'm not putting this out, But it's a live show. You got to rock with it, and
yeah, because even if it's out there for like only a minute or two or whatever, someone's already screen capped it.
Yep. But here's the interesting thing: Ethan came back like a few weeks later, and we had a killer fucking show. It was really, really good. One of my best shows.
That's the one I remember. Was that the one where he was on solo?
Yeah, where he came solo. So, and listen, I don't blame John for anything. John, that's just John. He's hot to trot, and he thinks he's gonna. If you're part of that Comicsgate crew over there, they've got so many people coming at them that they're just they're thinking anybody's comments about them are cannonballs coming at them. So I get that. But my problem is I did what Mighty is trying to do. Like, okay, this will be a good conversation, and I want the conversation to be on my channel, and I want to try and make this conversation happen, and it blows up in your face, and you just can't do that. You know what I mean? So here we go.
That's fine, 100%. Just don't call each other names, right? Like, we don't want to do that here. But if you have something to say about comic books, collecting comic content on YouTube, I'm going to unmute you guys right now. But again, refrain from calling each other names. And I got one other guy who's going to jump in here that was also named, and I'm going to tell him same thing. Don't come on here calling people names because that's not the forum for this. All right, so these guys have been unmuted, and I'll add our our fifth friend here.
Put him up.
Razor.
God, you barely fit on the screen. Jesus.
Mistake number 4. Here we go.
None of this is a mistake, dude. He knew exactly.
This needed some like glass shattering or like the DX music comes in right then. Some kind of huge pop moment.
I was waiting for the Jerry.
Yeah. I like Razor. He's got one of the best laughs on
He
YouTube,
does.
man.
He does. All right, here we go.
Bro.
Fifth friend here.
Put him up.
God, you barely fit on the screen. Jesus.
No name
Boy,
calling.
that escalated quickly, bro. 0 to 6.
You barely fit on the screen.
Real quick.
Fuck.
So again, I know he doesn't care about that comment, but let's refrain from calling each other names.
Yeah,
and call me.
This guy he's the biggest joke in the comic book community. Here's a tough guy that won't allow comments on his video. He comes back, right? He troll videos, but he's so big and bad. Like he's calling me a bitch, but yet he won't let anybody comment on his videos. That's that's the definition of a pussy right there. I'm gonna make a video, but you guys can't give me any critique or tell me anything about it, because you guys are making fun of me. You guys are coming after me.
Who snitched on Sneaky Goose? I built the whole channel on Sneaky Goose's back.
What is this guy doing, dude? Let me ask you guys something. Do you think that Sticky is in any way like just trying to pull off a troll, or is he really into this?
Nah, I think he's trying to pull a troll.
No, I think it's 100% personal. You know
So
why?
do I.
Because Sticky Goose, I don't know what he got, 15,000 subs or something. Why does he keep nothing against Razor and Darth at all? They're newer, they're growing, right? Nothing against their sub count. It's kind of about that, but nothing negative, right? Everyone starts somewhere. Why is he wasting his time with these other guys? Why he's got to a level where he should, like I said, there's a point where you gotta just let everything go. And it's just 100% personal for him. Why would he be jumping in, doing this over and over and over to himself? Because it's personal.
Totally. Yeah,
I
I think it's personal too. I thought Hood. I was with you in the beginning.
I don't think Sticky's on some like Andy Kaufman shit. You know?
I thought he was at first though. I did.
That's a perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Right,
like, yeah,
the
maybe
fake-
at the
the
beginning.
fake heel, right?
Yeah, the fake heel.
Yeah, at the beginning,
I
maybe,
think he
you know,
should
like,
just embrace the fact that he's the heel, and
Thank you very much.
stop being a phony bitch. And that's always been my
Well, it
problem with him since day one. He just seems insincere and phony, and it seeps through. You know, regardless. You know, I'll gladly charge you $100 to repaint your stupid ass walls. My walls, my poor walls.
Yeah.
I mean, he just irks me to no end. This Sticky Goose guy.
The best advice I could give Sticky is to do a dentist channel.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a dentist, dude.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Do something you like. He
Wait,
hates
hold on.
his job though.
So this guy is literally a professional dentist, and he's
Yeah.
wasting his time doing comics, like
yeah,
comic content. Like he already probably makes like hands over fist over money. Like why does he need to waste his time
he
with
wants to be
comic book
famous,
invest-
dude. He wants to be
He
famous.
just wants the attention and fame or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe he's
Well,
just
he
a
likes-
nurse.
I mean-
Maybe he's just a nurse.
If he did,
I mean, he
dental
likes
videos, he'd be
comics,
huge.
and he wants to, you know, like Brian said, he wants to be in this community in some manner. But like I think it's just so surprising that he seems to be so sensitive to criticism when he was like a big proponent of it. I mean, a lot of what Darth was saying at the beginning, where it's like, you know, he's like, oh, all you do is make videos about me. It's like, well, Sticky, like all you did was make videos about Gem Min and Very Gary and Comic Tom, and like that's part of the game, you know. And so it's surprising that he doesn't have the perspective of like, well, they're doing that to you now. And guess what? You know what worked for Tom and Very Gary is they just ignored you. Like, so just this is it. This is how YouTube works, you know?
Great point.
Like just ignore it.
Yep.
You
This
know?
is how YouTube works. Yep. Totally.
Yeah, but like me, like I started a channel and my thing was I was just going to talk about pressing and how to take care of your books and I had Yi on a couple of times and just talk about bullshit. But at no time did I think, well, I'm going to talk about this guy to get clicks or views or anything like that. I jumped right in and had 4 of the best pressers in the United States come on my channel, and that was the route that I was going. But man, the behind the scenes stuff, the work, being doing what Bryan does almost every other night, the amount of I mean, it's work. You know, what Swag does, what Billy does, it's fucking work. And if you know, like for Sticky Goose, like already having that amount of subscribers, like talk about something else. You know what I mean? Like, why continue this? Because I mean, at the end of the day, it's not going to build views. There's people coming into the community more and more that enjoy comic books. We think it's dying, but you know, people get older and they go, man, I want to go to the comic book store. I want to collect a comic. You know, talk about something else. Talk about what you like and what you don't like, but like, you know, continue this type of content. It sooner or later, it's going to meet its end.
But he's trapped.
Yeah, he is trapped. Yeah.
Well, you got to move. You got to move on. You got to move on. You know,
he's got to just walk away. That's the only thing he can do.
Dude. He's a professional, right?
Yeah.
He's a dentist, right? Just like my dad was a surgeon, right? He's a surgeon. They're God, right? So he's got that in his head. I will defeat. No, I will not take this type of abuse from a peon. I cannot stop. And they get lost in it.
Yeah.
And he's lost, dude.
Yeah.
Well, whatever mystique that he did have by trying to box with Ali, you know, and getting knocked out in the first round in 30 seconds, that humanized him very quickly and took away any kind of aura.
Yeah, he has none.
He had.
The way that Tom video,
and that's why you have people coming at Sticky Goose, because now he looks mortal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
In the same way that Sticky thought Tom was mortal. But what he forgot about Tom is very talented.
Yep.
And he played right into Tom's hand. And Tom lit his ass up.
He fucked him up. So here's my thoughts on Sticky Goose, right? I look at him and the first thing that I think is, why would this guy be doing this on fucking YouTube and letting this be out there and not be embarrassed by it? I would be so embarrassed about this. I would be so worried that my friends would see it and be like, dude, what are you doing? You look like the biggest fucking chump, dude.
Maybe he's in a place where like nobody watches comic content. Like nobody really knows what I do unless I tell them and I send them, hey, you might want to check this out, man. You know, I joke with my friends all the time, but I don't have time to be talking about comic books. I have a little group that I talk to, but like the regular everyday people that I interact with, they would be floored if they said like, what? Yeah. Why do you say pussy so much, Joe? You know, like, but I mean, like, it's a release for me. That's for damn sure.
I mean, every time I think of Sticky Goose now, I always think of put a 1 in chat if you think he should quit. Put a 2 if you should.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I'll ever think of him.
Oh
from
man,
now on.
That was classic.
I mean, you know, like that's forever embedded into my head. Like he could create the greatest like content show ever, but that's always still gonna be there. Like
I guarantee like McFarlane saw that shit. You know, like who else does Tom, like other like artists and stuff, like, you know, Mark Spears saw that shit and probably laughed his ass off.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, here we go.
Like a lot of people saw that annihilation.
And if you were there, going there to watch specifically for Tom, like I did, because when I was just starting out with Awesome Sauce Radio, Tom helped me with a lot of my helped me improve my shitty production quality to make it look, instead of piss poor, mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
And something I'm always going to be eternally grateful for. Tom's dad has done the show. Was gracious enough to come on the show twice. Me and Ryan, Fire Guy Ryan, have a friendly feud with number. So I was watching that with Sticky Goose, and I saw one or two of his other Sticky Goose's other videos where he was going into comic book shops with his little Batman-style camera, getting kicked out of comic stores and crying like a little bitch. And I commented on one of those, and we had a nice little exchange in one of his chats. When he wasn't being a pussy, and he let people leave comments in back in the day. I just Sticky. How about here? I'm gonna pretend I'm Anthony, and you're OP for a minute. Like I said, I come from Shock Jock.
Yeah, but like Sticky Goose has the talent. Like he's a funny guy. Like the whole thing with the plastic thing on his wall that he had to, like, that was a fucking troll. That was hysterical that they left these black marks on his wall. Like if he were to make content like that, that's fucking funny.
Dude, you honestly think?
I hope that's what it was.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't. He
being
looked so
serious?
bad.
I
Yeah.
think
He was
that
100%
whole video
serious.
was
Like that was
100%
real.
serious.
Yeah.
Dude, what you see is what you
I will
get,
bet
bro.
Strippers and Pizza Hut that was real.
Shout out to Comics and
Is it-
Sneaker, who is celebrating his birthday today. Happy birthday, my brother.
Happy birthday.
Shout
Happy
out
birthday,
D.
man.
Happy birthday.
All right, here we go.
All right.
How does it feel though?
You're a dick rider. That's what.
How does it feel?
Okay, no more.
Hey, I'm not cursing. I'm not
Yeah,
cursing.
I don't care about the cursing. Just stop calling each other names. Yeah, this is awkward, MJ. I agree with that.
Yeah,
but
I don't want to get sued by Sticky Goose. He'll send me a text message at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, I'm just trying to get my garage.
I'm going to sue you, bro. Don't drop a video about me or I'll sue you. That's what pussy
call
shit,
my
dude.
garage door. Huh?
So I heard something about a garage door because it's funny you said that because I had the same issue today with my garage door that it came off the thing.
Got a call for that.
He muted him. See?
I'm trying to. He's a dentist, but he doesn't want you to know that he's a dentist. I work at a garage door
thanks
company.
for doxing
So if
me,
you
fat
need help,
shit.
yeah, you've told everybody that plenty of times, dumbass.
Yeah, you told me.
You're the one who told everybody you work at Big Smiles, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, you work at.
All right. I've muted everybody except MJ. Guys, if we're just going to go at each other here, that's not what this is about.
Mistake number 5.
Let them fight.
The mute. The mute is a big mistake. I have made that mistake once. In anger, I have made that mistake. And you learn quick from it. Have you guys ever muted anybody on live, Billy or Swag?
You mute me all the time. It's because I'm making noise in the background.
Yeah.
Okay.
But not like because I'm angry or anything.
No, yeah.
Oh, wait, like muting someone in the middle of when they're talking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had to mute anyone.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had to do that.
I only do it for fun. Like I have my guys on my live F.O.C. when I'm doing it, of course. And sometimes they just ramble on and I'll mute and I'll just and then I'll unmute and just laugh. It's just for fun though.
Yeah, you're just fucking with somebody at that point.
Yeah.
It makes
it's so hard. You got to be, when you're the host, you have to be so present, and listening in the moment, because it's like, because Lawrence, I love Lawrence and stuff, but like, obviously, he wanted this to kind of be a little Piers Morgan, within the comic world.
Yeah.
And like, if you're going to go full Piers Morgan, Piers Morgan does a good job, like saying, hang on. Now Sticky. And then he focuses the question.
Redirects.
And you can't just like mute it and then just say, now talk, guys. Like you have to focus.
Yeah.
You have to steer it.
You have to be a good host, right? And Piers Morgan's a good host. I don't know if Mighty does a bunch of live content, but that's the other thing. Like, if you don't do a lot of live content or this type of thing, you got to be careful, and because you'll get yourself. But you'll learn quick.
Excuse me, guys. How long has Mighty been on? This is my first time discovering him.
He's been around for I think 5 years. Does that sound right? I think that's what he said.
Yeah, he does lives and stuff, but like this is a different environment.
Different environment.
This is a totally different beast. I have to check his channel out.
Yeah, Panel. He's got a good channel.
I'll check him out.
All right, here we go.
The video is about what we don't like about the collecting. So if you want to do that, great. If you want to just yell at each other the whole time, You know, we could do that. You know, you could do that on your own channel. You don't have to be respectful. Just don't call each other names.
I've got a question.
Go for it, brother.
Daniel, do you still collect comic books or do you hate them now?
What are we even doing, dude? Like, what is the point of this video?
The video is that I want to hear people air it out.
You invited people on to start shit. You want this to happen on your channel. You want the views. Don't
I'll
act
never.
like you're better than this.
So stop. No, I'm not better than this. But I will say I'll never get views on a live stream. I'll never get views on a live stream.
Well, you're gonna clip this, flip it, and reverse it like Missy Misdemeanor. And
I guarantee. I guarantee I won't. I'll bet you that one. That I won't clip it.
Oh yeah, right. Fat ass down there in the bottom. He'll clip it. He'll spend all night doing this.
That he probably will clip. I'm not. He will clip it. I will not clip it. But
He's
let's
got
again.
Nothing. He has nothing other than me. He has nothing.
He puts out some comic book videos. He's done that. I've seen
40
it.
views.
Well, hold on. So stop right there because
I gotta say something. This is another piece of advice for content creators out there. This is me personally, and I want to know what everybody on the panel thinks. I think view shaming and sub shaming is so fucking cheesy. It is so cheesy. I don't care how many subs you have. I don't care how many views you have. I don't care about any of that stuff. It is so dumb to talk about in a like a demeaning way or a, you know, putting a bunch of importance on it because it's not. It's not. It's people can have 200,000 subs and could have the worst fucking community and get nothing good out of YouTube. And there's people that could have 300, 500 subs and get so much enjoyment out of YouTube that it doesn't fucking matter. Sub counts or view counts. It's fucking cheesy.
He's sticking on his brand though. He's consistent. Every video in the last couple of weeks I've been on the show, last month, we're talking about Sticky.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
In every single video, he says the same things. Look at my view. Look, I got more views than Jim Mint on a tour video. I got more views. This guy has less subs. That he's only concerned with that. So that's why he constantly talks about it. He shames other people on their growth because they're young in the game, or he'll attack people that are bigger that he did better in a video. He wants to be popular on YouTube. And right now he's in this spot where he has put himself, right? And he's trying to claw his way out and he's doing it all. There's no right way to do it. He's kind of screwed.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could tell.
I think it's definitely a cringe. It's a cringe thing to point to like invalidate someone's argument, which is what he's trying to do. You know, it's like, oh, Razor, you have less views, therefore your argument is worse than mine. Like that's what he's trying to say, which is obviously not true. And like, I don't know. I mean, Sticky, I think he does this a lot with like how he frames a lot of his videos. I mean, I've seen some of the stuff. I don't always watch his content, but he'll often like, he always tries to position himself as like the more virtuous person, right? That's what he's always trying to do. It's like, oh, look at this content creator. I have more views, therefore I'm the better comic creator. Therefore you should all sub and follow me. Like that's always what he's trying to say, no matter what creator he's attacking or what person he's talking about or what his video's topic is. Like it always comes back to that. It's the same argument every single time, like no matter what creator he's calling out. And it just lacks authenticity, and it lacks like it feels like it's coming from a place of insecurity, which is like I think what everyone kind of feels and sees. And so that's kind of the issue with it. And yeah, it's just I don't know why he keeps going to that well, because it doesn't serve him well.
Yeah.
Well, you nailed it. It's insecurity. Like I gotta admit, Swag, we don't talk much. I don't know you that well. We've never really done anything together. We know we exist. You know, you and I know you exist. You know I exist. But when I come on this channel, you remind me of a lot of my friend Joel. You seem very intelligent, and you say things that I can't say, but as soon as you say it, I know that. Yep. And I think you and I have a good little chemistry on this show.
That's
I
why
don't work anywhere else.
That right there
is
why I love to do this. Like I love to have shows where it's other content creators. I love when I have like people on that have been doing this a while, and you can kind of bounce ideas off of people. Said that's always fun conversation, and I think that's what Mighty was maybe trying to do in this. You know what I mean?
I would watch a Billy and Swag show.
Yeah, fuck yeah, yeah,
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, I think we both probably, because you guys all here, on Bryan's show, you guys are always doing lives, and you do a lot of live streams and content, and even on the Nirvana channel, you guys are doing your live shows and stuff. And yeah, Billy and I, we're doing a lot of recorded content. So like we kind of can speak to that side of it. And so we have probably like a very similar experience in a lot of ways,
Yep.
Especially when you like think of, and I know, Bryan, we talk about like just YouTube in general and like YouTube drama meta, like take comics aside, when you like start to go to like Sunny V2, if you guys know that YouTube channel and like that style of content, like that's kind of what Sticky does in this comic space, know, and a lot of that is just, I don't know, it's kind of eye rolly in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's cheesy.
Well, I definitely remember when I had that moment of changing from a viewer to a content creator, because when I joined Flipside and all that, I got to see like, I don't know, I guess behind the curtains. And then where you think like there's two people on the camera that like, oh, they get along all the time because, they're creating content, da 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 da. And then you find out backstage, they just fight all the time. And it's like kind of
me
like,
and he saw some drama, bro.
Yeah, so it was like very eye-opening. And then there was a big difference too, because we were doing the prospect list. Like that was all recorded content. And then all of a sudden I found out I was also doing the roundtable show, which was live content. And there was a big difference between the two. Like, recording, you can sit there, do another take, like, oh, that quite didn't sound right. Or let's do another take for that. And then, then I would go back and edit everything just to make it, flow better. But then like when you're doing a live show, anything can happen. Like you're paying attention to like what's happening in chat, you're making sure the shows keep on going. Like there's all kinds of stuff that's happening. And so you're multitasking. So it is different. But once you get used to doing live shows, like you kind of just like want to do live shows all the time, like, which is, there's nothing wrong with that.
I agree with that 100%. I agree. Yep. All right, here we go.
That's a question I want to ask everybody who's here. Do view count matter to you? Because I think a problem with a lot of the content creation on comic books is a lot of people don't care about the views. I'm the opposite. I do care. I get pissed off. And I know MJ does too, because me and him have had this conversation that when you put a hell of a lot of work into a video and nobody fucking watches it.
Here's what's happening. And I will love to speak on this conversation here. Let me ask you guys a question. Well, Lawrence and MJ, because, Sticky's, who knows what he's doing. But do you guys pay to promote your videos?
Game-changing moment for me right here. Game-changing moment. So let me explain this. And this is at a moment I want to talk about. This is one of the main moments. As soon as I heard that this was going on, I got texts from everybody. I was sick the day this happened, and I was just conked out, just trying to get over being sick. And so I didn't watch when it happened live, but everybody was sending me messages and one of the first things I heard was that they talked about paying for views, and I went, wait a minute. They admitted to paying for views, and so I talked to Swag before I got to this point, and all I had heard is that they had admitted to paying for views, and so I was like, nah, man, it's something totally different, and this blew me away, and this is for all YouTubers out there. I want to know, Billy, if you've heard of this too. Yee, I've never heard of this. I've never seen this, and you tell me if you've seen this, Yee, in the YouTube studio thing. Listen to this.
So I promoted two videos on mine. Yes, 100%. But then I also had a video that blew up about Masters of the Universe that I did not.
Here's a little
promote.
Secret that was not shared with me as a young, handsome content creator.
Young.
You can promote yourself. 46, but close. I'm getting there. Thank you. Here's what you can do. Security. Right, good one. So here's what you can do: is if you go to your content page, you can actually click on the promotion section. There's a section, far right. It says promotion, and I guarantee you, Sticky and a lot of people are doing this. It's being done. What you can do is you can promote yourself by clicking on the promotions tab. And what happens is it'll give you a breakdown. It'll ask you, okay, what is your goal? Do you want to grow your channel by sub count? Do you want to grow your channel by views on certain videos? So here's what a lot of content creators are doing. What they'll do is they'll pay to promote themselves. It's only like $100 or $200, right? And what
you could choose whatever amount that you want.
Yeah, you can actually choose the amount, right, Lawrence? And what it does, it goes after target audiences that they know are going to subscribe you out. What it is like going to the grocery store, right? So you're shopping at the grocery store. You're paying to have your product put on an end cap of the grocery store. So when you're shopping, you pass by end cap. You're like, oh, look at those cookies. I've never seen those before. Those must be new. They're not. Those cookies have been out forever. They're paying for placement. And that's what a lot of content creators do. They pay to have placement. So what you're seeing is a lot of YouTubers are putting out their videos, which makes sense, right? Because now they're growing their channel. They put money back into the campaign, and that's what you're seeing. I don't do that. So when my subscribers watch, they're the true subscribers that watch my videos. I'm looking about doing that because I see that it's very helpful, and it gets you to that next level, and it makes that level playing field even.
Well, here's the thing. The one thing I'm going to say about that is it gives you subscribers, but it does not. It gives you views for the video you choose to promote. But at the end of the day, if you're not putting consistent content out that somebody wants to watch, it doesn't matter. I've noticed that from promoting to the 2 videos that I promoted, it does not matter after the fact. So it doesn't really help. It helps for the view counts as people see your channel. But after that, you need to make content. Unless you fucking promote in every video, which would be ridiculous in my opinion.
Yeah.
Did you know that, Billy?
I know everything, dude. I've been doing this for over 6 years.
I had no
Of
clue
course.
about that.
You can, well, that's new to YouTube. So it's an option on YouTube, but it used to be through Google. You would go to Google because it's attached to your YouTube, whatever, and you could target audiences. About 4 years ago, I used to do like funny videos, like just really dumb, like 30-second ad clips, right? And I would target like Tom, Gem Mint, Comics Explained, different things. And I would target. And so one time I said, I'll just try it. I'll give away a giant size X-Men and something else, right? A Hulk or something at 100,000 subs. I was trying everything initially when I first started, and I think I paid like $20 or something. And you can extend the time, right? This was through Google. And I targeted Tom and Gem Mint. And I remember Gem Mint messaged me. He's like, dude, I saw your ad on my video. You can target an exact channel.
Wow.
Right, if you want. Like these two guys, Darth, if they had a little extra in Razor, a little extra cash, they could literally target Sticky Gooses with a video called Sticky Goose is a Crybaby or something.
Bro,
right?
that would be hilarious.
Oh my God.
Dude, let's do a GoFundMe right now.
No.
How much is it? Because
$20 out of their pocket, but they could. What happens is when someone goes to watch Sticky Goose's video, right? They'll press play, right? And it'll you know how there's always an ad. The first ad will be 10 seconds of their video. And you could skip it or not. Most people will be like, oh shit, what is this? And they'll watch it. And then after they watch their attack video on Sticky, it'll go to Sticky.
That's
right?
hilarious.
you don't have to worry about Darth and or Razor.
Razor, that's what you got to do, my friend. Just target Sticky's audience.
I guess.
That's so crazy. Like I've never used that. I didn't know that existed. Like I know that there's like clearly you can do like ad roll stuff if you had a video. Like, I mean, we've all seen like a Ty Lopez, like, here I am in my garage, like any of us could make a thing like that. But I didn't realize you could promote your own YouTube channel or a specific video
right on top of somebody. Yeah.
But I guess it makes sense. I mean, you can do this on Instagram and Facebook. Like, so yeah, why wouldn't?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Why on
YouTube?
Now you have to do what I just said, I believe, through Google, but YouTube has added it now. I see what they were talking about, promotions. YouTube has added it where it's very basic. Like Darth was saying, what do you want? Views, subs, or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And it tries to place it in a similar area according to, and I haven't done it with YouTube, but this is a long time ago, right? But with the YouTube, it'll try to place you in the right genre or whatever, depending on what keywords you use and stuff like that. But there's also this thing where, and a lot of very popular YouTubers that you guys know that kind of came up around my time, that all of a sudden exploded, like jumped 15,000 views, 15,000 subs in like a week, which is impossible. Okay. Unless you're breaking news. You could go to, I forgot this site where you can hire people that do different work, like computer work for you or something. Fiverr or
SEO work?
No, Fiverr or Fiverr. Fiverr? Is that right?
Yeah, Fiverr.
And you can go pay someone to, you can give them, there's ads, YouTube growth. So you go there and you look, and you have like 20 people. I can help you grow your, it's bullshit, right? But I can help you grow your channel. And what they do is you give them like whatever, you could buy subs, bro. You can literally buy 1,000 subs. Well, I mean, $100, 1,000 subs, right? So you go there, you pay the guy, you buy the subs, right? And how it works is this guy, whoever they buy it from, right? You buy it from, has thousands of YouTube accounts, right? And so you pay him, and then over the week that you pay him to do it, they start subbing you. All the different accounts, it's like a pyramid, right? So they all start subbing you. All of a sudden, you got 1,000 subs. And the way you find it, because I used to go, how the fuck are these guys getting that many subs? Dude, there's just no way. And I started to look at that site, the YouTube site, where you could track, I forgot the name of it. They get A, B+, C.
Yeah, they grade them.
Yeah. And you look and you say, well, where are all the subs coming last month? Oh, Indonesia. That's interesting. Like 1,200 subs from Indonesia. You know what I mean? Or like Malaysia or something.
Or like, why is India all of a sudden? Like,
India, that's a big one too.
Yeah. Because they have all those. Yeah, because they have all those farm datas or whatever, where they're just like farming out like accounts. Yeah,
it's all the comic shops in India, bro.
All right, watch this. This is great. It's funny you bring that up, Billy, because watch.
So I've used it for promotional work with the auction company that I'm doing with. It's only like $10 I'll put on it, not a lot.
Yeah, you could choose whatever money that you want to put on there. It's a good thing because YouTube doesn't put your shit out to everybody, right? Like it takes this algorithm and pushes out to people who they think may want to watch your channel. But let's say there's somebody else who maybe is just getting into comics, they know nothing about YouTube, and they turn the thing on. They're not going to suggest you unless you do something. So that's why I think it's beneficial to kind of do something like that once in a blue moon, not all the time though. Because then you do it all the time, it's going to completely shut down your channel to where nobody watches it because it doesn't know who to promote it to after that.
I appreciate that, man. People like you, MJ, that actually synthetic panels that are willing to give feedback and actually help out smaller channels grow. So like people never told me things like this when I started my channel. Like I never even knew that was a tab on the fucking YouTube page. So thanks for sharing that with me because I was looking into maybe I should put some money, $100 down on my video and I'll get 1,000 subs instantly. You know what I mean? So that's good looking out. It grows you short term, but you still got to put out good content or it's not going to help you.
Yeah, I only learned about that from speaking with Lawrence when I did the interview with him a couple of months ago.
Let me ask you a question.
I'll be right back.
What all of you guys that are here, what kind of content do you watch? Like when you go to YouTube, what is the content you watch? Do you go to like live streams like this where people are just talking, or do you watch something like the shit like that I put out where it's like it's a pre-tape video where there's whatever, or even Sticky where he puts out video like everything's filmed, it's not alive, it's thought out.
I watch both, and some market. A lot of the top 10s, like your videos, Sticky's videos, some of the live I watch. I like the digging books. The digging videos. Those are the ones. Yeah. No, not Halls. Actually,
like Mike from Lunch Money Comics, like his stuff where he goes to cons and he's digging through books and stuff. Yeah, all right. Yeah, those are hard videos to do unless you're constantly going to shows like that.
That's what I want to do, but I want to do it in
it's hard.
Record it, edit it, show Chicago and stuff like that.
Razor, what do you watch?
I'm nerding out, man. Like I'm doing a show later on where it's all YouTube haulers. I watch haul videos. I like guys that show their books off, that talk about their books, and they go on these dollar bin dives, or they go out to their local comic book shop and they're showing issues of comic books I've never seen before. They're passionate about what they're collecting. Some of them are new to the hobby, like myself. So we kind of share ideas, and I pick up a lot of who's this artist, who's this cover, people that I didn't know about by watching haul videos. So I'm a guy that enjoys if you put together a GPK video like Lawrence does himself, or shows off his cards, or you're showing off your comic book.
Mighty's kind of like, okay, I got it under control. Okay, we're good. We're good so far.
Let me know. I love watching those. I do a Sunday show where I invite people on to show their books off and we can kind of just share. Because I think nerding out about comics is basically what brings us all together. Regardless if we disagree with Sticky Goose or with MJ. And I'll disagree with MJ and Lawrence and even fucking Sticky. But at the end of the day, what brings us together is comic books. So I enjoy watching those haul videos.
MJ, what do you hold on, I have you fucking muted for some reason. No, you have yourself
I'm muted myself because my kid's in the background.
Okay. What do you watch?
I watch a bit of everything. So I like pre-records. I like listening on lives. Unless there's something to physically show in a live, I'll just listen, if I'm being honest. And I like to have a little bit of chat, interaction with the chat. But like some of my favourite channels at the moment, like Beyond Wednesdays, I love listening
what do you say?
But like some of my favourite channels at the moment, like Beyond Wednesdays, I love listening to that. But like some of my favorite channels at the moment, like Beyond Wednesdays, I love listening to them on a Sunday morning, like having my morning coffee and breakfast and stuff like that. So
shout out
pretty
to
much it.
There's a
Obviously, I
soundbite
watch
you should clip right there.
watch Jim a lot, so like his live streams pretty much every weekday. And I'll try and watch everyone's content to be fair.
I like the pre-record. I'm gonna check you out, man. I'm at Arizona. Shout out. You know, I'm a State 48 guy, brother. So I'm definitely gonna pull you up.
Yeah, I'm gonna highlight some comments as you guys are talking. For me, like I don't know, I've been watching comic book YouTube for a while. I like to hear what Sticky has to say, what he watches, because I'm interested to see what kind of content he watches. Obviously, I know he watches me because I know he's used some of my clips and stuff like that. Maybe not all the time, but I really don't like watching live streams unless they're talking about something that I have interest in. Like I like Beyond Wednesdays, but at the same time, if it's talking a lot of new stuff, a lot of industry stuff, some of the stuff I really don't have an interest in. I like the show, but I can't, unless they're like talking about something like that I have real interest in, I can't watch it for too long. I like MJ's interviews when he does that stuff, but I like the content that I put out only because that's what I like to watch. That's why I make the content that I watch. So Goose, any comment on what you want to watch, what you normally watch?
I don't watch comic book content. I watch like survival shit and like Outdoor Boys and stuff that's not about comic books.
I got you. No.
Of course you do, because you're not into comics. You were never really into
Survival.
comics. Yeah.
Exhibit A.
Yeah. You just
Exhibit
did
A
this.
how much of a funny bitch you truly are, Goose.
Oh, so cool. Is there anybody content out there that you can't stand? And you don't have to call that a name. I'm just saying like the type of content that you just fucking automatically turn it off.
Pause.
Sticker people.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Daniel.
He said it. Anybody else?
Sticker people. I don't even know what that is, dude. But
here we go.
I don't like haul videos, man. They're boring. I've gravitated more towards the pre-records. I like the way you, Daniel, and others do the editing.
I like how not Hood. Jesus. I like how Darth calls him Daniel.
It's more fun. I'm more comfortable that way. And I like the art. I like the art of talking smack. Like if we could talk smack and not cross the line, it'd be perfect. Because I think some of us really want to do that. And if you just come out and do it, then just come out and do it. Get off the fence, But hey, to each your own.
I mean,
that's a Hood move right there, right?
Bro, I love Dark Lopez, dude.
He's there for
he
fucking
should be
Terrordome,
like a
baby.
DJ, dude. He's got that timbre.
Yeah.
That you could hear on the radio, man. He's just cool as shit, dude.
He's there for fucking Terrordome, baby.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I click on all the fucking drama shit because I want to see what you guys are gonna do next. Like, how far are you gonna take it? Even Goose, man, like he's put together some really great videos. It's like it's must see TV. You have to watch it. So kudos to you, brother. I don't agree with everything you say.
I fell off, dude. I'm a gatekeeper, narcissistic piece of shit. I fell off.
You went in your own way.
Doesn't mean you can't make good videos.
Hold on,
Exactly.
Let me be respectful. In your own way, you went too far, Daniel.
Oh, you went too far, man. You went too far.
See, you don't have a conversation as a grown man.
You don't know anything about me, dude.
Okay, brother. Okay,
I study you. I watch you every
You guys
see what I mean? I tried to.
Okay, go ahead. When I sleep.
Get it out. So good.
But why do you let it bother you? That's my next question. Why do you let it bother you?
Because he threatened my fucking family.
No, I did not.
No, he said he held up a fucking switchblade and said, "Oh, this is to cut the goose. To cut the goose."
It's so goddamn stupid, guys. Let's be honest. It's ridiculous.
Oh my god, dude! This is that moment. I'm telling you, this is that moment.
I love it, but
this is that moment.
If this was on old school Shock Jock, O&A, Howard Stern, this would be ratings gold right now.
Yeah, it was. This is that moment where you realize you fucked up.
Children. That's what he said.
I did not say that.
And then that fat fuck in the bottom left down there showed where I worked. He showed my business name.
Refrain from the name calling.
Daniel.
Dude, it ticked me off, Lawrence. Dude, if you don't want this, you should.
No, let's talk, speak. Because I did not threaten your family, Daniel. I would never.
Yes, you did.
Daniel,
you said I got a Glock. You said I have a Glock. You're a criminal.
Why are you trolling? I never changed. I never trolled you.
Dude, he plays that role so. It's like that's why for the longest time you could not convince me.
He's doing
the victim. You could not convince me that he wasn't fucking with people, but I think that like he really kind of feels that way, and he just comes off that way. He sounds even like he's even more pussy,
I never trolled you.
Well, I did. I mean,
how many accounts do you have, George W. Bush? How many accounts?
I didn't get that reference, the George W. Bush reference.
He has so many accounts. He's built up his entire subscriber count with fake fucking accounts. It's pathetic.
Okay, you couldn't just take your ass whooping. It hurt, hunt somebody like me when they
Ass
can't.
whooping from
But both. Hold on. How many mic? I'm muting both of you for a second. So, why do each one of you guys? I understand what Sicky said. He said he went after his family, but like, why keep going? Why not just let it go? So I'll let. First of all, I'm gonna unmute Lopez first and tell me why keep going. Okay, tell me.
Until he apologizes to the sticker people and apologizes for calling Immortal Biggie Track retarded.
But hold on. But why? But why do you feel the need to jump in and do it? Why don't you let them handle it?
He crossed the line. He put that energy out and it changed his community with all that nonsense. He went a little bit too far. He hit innuendos. He used classism. You know, I mean, it was just pitiful. It ought to get what? To get attention? All because you wanted to be the bad guy, knowing damn well that's probably not who you are as a man. Cut the crap, bro.
Okay, so let me stop you right there and just say that's 100% what he wanted. Like that's the whole point of coming on YouTube though. Like some of these guys, they come on, they talk about comic books, they talk about the industry, they talk about prices like I do all the time. But when that gets stale and you're trying to get views, people take it to another level. Like look at myself with the comic book community news. Now, with that said, I'm going to mute Lopez now. I'm going to go to Sticky and give you the thing. Why not just let it go?
Dude,
there you go.
Biggest video.
That's a video I promoted, by the way.
Yeah, it's your biggest video. It's about me.
My biggest video is 61,000 about Masters of the Universe movie, and then 2 GPK videos, which are 40-something thousand each.
Which
I think
love,
it's like 4. It's number 4. But again, tell me, like, why keep going with this?
With what part?
With the whole like letting it affect you and like all that stuff.
It doesn't affect me. I came on here to talk shit to these two guys because I knew they'd be here.
You turn the comments off on your videos. How does it not affect
you? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the what the fuck moment. So I want to know, Billy, have you ever had a what the fuck moment where you're like, okay.
Dude, I've had multiple.
Yeah.
We live and we learn. We make mistakes all the time, dude. Like I had an auction once, and this guy was there's a bunch of bullshit happened and shit that never was true happened. Someone thought something else, so they sent somebody over to one of my auctions while they were having an auction, and this guy was just outbidding everybody, dude. And it was like in there for like 2 hours, bro. And then at the end, he's like, ha ha. And I went over to the other auction. I said, be careful for this guy. He's in an auction. He just like destroyed my auction. And he was in that other auction laughing to everybody that he had come over there. So he was from the other auction.
Yeah.
And it's someone you guys, whatever. We know it doesn't even matter. But that's one of those oh shit moments. I've had other oh shit moments where people have said some shit to guests that were very popular in the industry. I can't really stop them from saying anything. It's part of YouTube. And I've made allies with people that were not there for to be an ally. Yeah. And that's part of the reason I don't do YouTube with anyone else except my close friends anymore. And
that is one of the biggest learning lessons that
except for this show. I come on this show for whatever reason. I've opened up my vagina to you guys, and
well, thank you so much.
And hopefully you don't do me too hard. Solo will be over there.
That's one of the...
But you got to keep trying, I guess.
Yes.
But you gotta be careful, dude. Don't ever leave an open mic for nobody, dude. Like, people have made mistakes where they just jump in and they don't even, like you said, they can be in the backstage. Just don't bring anyone in immediately, dude. Because I've seen people get knocked off YouTube. They bring somebody in and there's like porn on, and then they're gone.
That's my channel.
Yeah, that is your channel. Yep. Swag, you have that's a question I want to ask because
it's getting horny.
You've started doing these call-in shows where you'll just it's kind of like a radio call-in, but the problem is the StreamYard, and you've had moments where I've had the same moments. Me and Hood always laugh about this, where like you'll be like, okay, I'm gonna put the link in there, and somebody's gonna come on, and you're like, okay, come on, go ahead and ask a question. Somebody that comes on, hey, how's it going? How's it going? What you got going on today? I'm cool. I just collect comic books. Oh yeah?
Yeah, they'll just sit there.
That's when you got to like carry the conversation. You got to be the host and just keep Next question. Get it out of them. Get it out of them. But yeah, I think there's when I do the show, it's a little different because it's only one person at a time. So there would never necessarily be a conflict unless someone had issues with me, which I would happily address it. But I feel pretty comfortable being able to address anyone who would.
I do have a problem. Why are you talking shit on my Cheeto that's on auction right now?
I know. What the fuck, man?
Because I think you're a Cheeto scammer, Yee.
Dude,
you shave your
really have a
Cheetos.
Cheeto?
I have an issue. Why'd you introduce me to Marvel Rivals, man?
Yeah.
I think that's all my free time.
That Cheeto's fake.
They're all
allegedly.
That Cheeto stuff
That
everywhere.
was
Is it your
freshly
Cheeto?
packed pool. You know, it looks like that dinosaur. So
The Charizard Cheeto?
Yep, the Charizard.
No, not the Charizard. The
that
dinosaur
yours?
one.
There's a new
No,
Jordan
it's
one.
not mine.
Yeah, that Jordan one. I saw.
Bro,
the
you know
Charizard and the
you
Jordan.
can smash Cheetos together to make shapes, right?
Yep.
Really? Cool.
Like I used to do that as a kid.
What are we wasting our time for? There's 6 of us. We could really think about this together offline. We could make a Jesus Cheeto. We might get like 1 million bones for it.
Bro,
dude.
I
We're
think
really
I've got a
wasting our
bag of Cheetos in the pantry. I will be right.
People are already ripping Cheeto packs, man. You should go check eBay. It's crazy right now.
Wait, what are we looking for? Because
I'm going on Whatnot right now. You know, $1.
Oh my
random
god,
Cheeto
imagine
pool.
Cheeto breaks, bro. That would be fucking crazy. Cheeto breaks, bro.
They're doing it.
crazy.
Amazing.
They're doing it.
You know, I will. I'll share one story, Brian. Like it's not a what the fuck YouTube thing, but it's a what the fuck something that happened to me in my film life before YouTube, and it's really it shapes my perspective on how I now address YouTube. Which was, if you guys don't know, before my YouTube days, early in my filmmaking career, I did a lot of music videos, and one group I used to work with a lot was one called LMFAO, and one time I made a video for them that got canceled. Like this was early cancel culture, around 2014, 15. And we made a video and it got massive backlash. This was early the Twitter days, the very first, Red Food made this video, blah, blah, blah. He's promoting misogyny and all this stuff. And he was an X Factor judge at the time, and he got fired from his job.
Wow.
I, the director, got tons of hate messages. I got mail sent to my production company. I got dropped from my agent and my production company at the time because they thought I was toxic for making this video. And so I say all that to say this. It was a very interesting time because when you feel the wave of the mob come after you, and we've had conversations in comics like this, and I'm sure the John Bullerjack guy feels this right now. It definitely messes with you. And at that time I had to think really hard about myself and really think about am I a terrible person? I made this video that everyone is saying is this toxic, patriarchal video and all this stuff. And I really had to think about did I mess up? Did I fuck up? Am I a terrible person? And it took a whole year. I had to really do a lot of mental work and think about it. And then I realized after a while that I was no, I maybe made a mistake, made bad choices, but I'm not a bad person. I know what is in my own heart, and I know the people around me don't think I'm a bad person. And so anyways, it's made me realize that a lot of times in this space, when you're on the internet, people are judging what they perceive you to be, a caricature of you. And if you don't know yourself, if you don't really have that clear vision of
who you are,
who you are,
totally,
so that when you're in this place and you're talking and you're doing YouTube and you're hosting a show and someone says shit, if you're not secure enough to know that hey, I know you're gonna say shit, but I know who I am, so it's not gonna fuck with me. Then you have to do that in order to be able to exist in the space, because people are constantly going to judge you in that way. And so going through that experience definitely has hardened me quite a bit into my YouTube life. It's definitely changed a lot. So it's very interesting.
But now that you reflect back onto it, are you laughing your fucking ass off about it?
In hindsight, everything is funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
At the time,
Yes, totally. That's the other thing is
oh shit.
Let's go. I
found
the
it.
high bidder.
I got a Cheeto cock.
Dude, you now it's not worth money. You opened it.
Hey, my phone's gonna die, and I'm not at home having some issues. Thanks for having me. Thanks for
What?
inviting me.
You're leaving? What
I
the
got it. My
fuck?
phone's gonna die, and I'm not at my house, dude. So
Appreciate you,
I'll
Billy.
try to catch. I'll throw it on the charger, and I'll try to catch the rest of it. Have a great night, guys.
Night, Billy.
Love you,
Later,
Billy.
brother.
Thank you.
Later.
Peace, Billy. So one of the interesting things about the whole lore of the wrench and the drama with what the way that your community perceives you, that's also very important because you got people, and I do this for myself. Like you see people that you watch and you enjoy. Like they were talking on that show, like what are the shows that you watch on YouTube? I watch a lot of comic content, but I also watch like other shit. And one of the shows that I've watched since back in the Ustream days, I think it was called Ustream. There used to be a site Ustream that he used to go on, is Joe Rogan. And so Rogan, because I listen to him so much, and it almost feels like they're family, right? That it's like a family friend, like you're close to him. So I understand that, and I get that happens on YouTube, and most of us become friends in some way for the most part. Like, we'll become acquaintances, and then if you get lucky, you find some really good friends on YouTube. But there's also people that have been hanging out with you for a long time, so they look at you a certain way, and they think that they perceive you as certain ways. So being who you are goes back to that saying that I've always said, where I'm honest to a fault. The reason why I'm honest to a fault is because I spent so much time lying to continue my habit, that you become such a good liar, but you have to remember your lies all the time. And when you realize that, like, if you're just honest about everything, you don't have to worry about that anymore. Then you don't have to worry about getting caught up in bullshit, for the most part, because that's where most of the bullshit happens. Is, okay, you said this about something over on this channel, and now you're saying something different over here. Okay, you're a fucking phony. You're a phony, and that happens a lot on YouTube also. People think that they know who you are, and then they go, oh, well, there's something wrong. And I think that's kind of the way that Sequential looks at, what's going on with he hates being on Wednesdays because I didn't stand up for him in the chat or something. And it's like, bro, no, I stood up for you. You just didn't see it. You know what I mean? So it's very interesting, the relationship with people through the YouTube lens,
We got the biggest lie detector here too. Aaron Yee calls out people, right? He goes, I thought you only had one copy.
Yeah,
I'm not
man.
saying you're lying, but I think you're not telling the truth.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's
It also
interesting.
it gets easier over time, I think, because it's like, like how many people in this chat right now, like how long have they been watching, like, Yee, Hood, Bryan, Adam, like you guys at this point, to where it's like, if you come on here and you say some shit, or like maybe you have a bad take, like everyone can extend you some grace over time, because you've built up so much equity to them.
Oh, yeah.
That, like, it's like, oh, like I know, like, Bryan's not a bad person because he's like whatever, like,
Yeah.
in this one interview you had this person, it's like, I feel like you get that grace over time, where it's like, but when you're starting out, it is hard, right? Because it's like nobody knows you, or nobody knows your intentions, and so
Yeah.
they judge you based on the only thing that they've seen of you.
Yeah. Some really good advice that was given earlier that you talked about is how the only person you're in competition with is yourself in YouTube, and I think that that's one of the best things that you could say, because the hardest part about you creating YouTube content is being consistent. That is the hardest part. And
not only does it mean doing the show the same time every week, you know, it means being consistent in your views, right? Because you don't want to also look phony as well. Being consistent in some of the content that you do, right? People love certain things. When I don't do a market report on Wednesday, man, I hear about it, and because people love the fucking market report. Another thing that's interesting that I will say, it's some advice though for content creators is, and Mighty kind of talked about it when he said, you know, he mentioned how there's so many, he made a point to how like there's so many people that do market report data or top tens, and it's like, and he's right. It is the crutch that everybody falls into in creating content, and that's top 10 or lists and market report data for comic book stuff, market report data and pickups, right? Those are the easiest things to do. And it's not wrong to do them, but if you can come up with something different in this world in the lines of content creation, then doing those three things, you're in a good place. You're in a good way, because you know, it is tiring to see everybody talking about the same thing. And Yi kind of said that because Yi, you know, you're on multiple channels, multiple shows, and you can only do so many shows where you're talking about the same shit every fucking show you go on to, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I tried to get E for Awesome Sauce Radio, but he turned me down.
Too busy, dude.
Dude, yeah, it's honestly like just like having a busy schedule, you know, working a full-time job.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told me. You said, I'm working to cut down the amount of hours I'm on YouTube. I said thank you, and you know, he's the man. I still get his band groupies. Guess that's what I do.
Sweet.
All the groupies his band needs. That's the vibe.
Yeah, I mean, it gets to a point too where it's like kind of like, okay, I need to separate myself from the YouTube world versus like doing real life stuff, right? The band's starting to pick up more, doing more stuff, doing more gigs. So, you know, we're playing basically on any night of the week now at this point. So it's like kind of like, okay, I got to figure out, make sure that like either, you know, if it falls on a Thursday, then I either have to find like someone else to host the show, or, you know, or if I know I'm playing a gig ahead of time, I'll let Bryan like know, like, hey, I won't be on the Hot 10 on Friday because my band's playing. Or so
that is the touch grass part, man.
Was that it on that video? Were they talking more shit to each other?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me continue it.
Oh, was there more?
Yeah, hold on.
The fuck are you talking about, dude? I don't want to hear anything from these pieces of shit. I don't want to see their shit. I don't want to read their trash. They're scumbags.
So you can't handle the feedback.
So I muted in there because I didn't want that. I don't think you need to call people names here on the channel. So I apologize to both of you.
I'm just asking a legit question. Like, I mean, he obviously the comments off. I mean, that's why. Like, that shows he can't handle criticism.
Now Razor's being very calm and cool. He's being calm and cool. So
he told him take a big rip. He's giving him shit for smoking weed.
All right, it's legal.
He's on drugs.
He's on drugs.
It's just all right. Stop calling people criminal. He's not a criminal. As far as I know, I don't know.
I'm so pissed off right now. You know why I'm so pissed off?
Why?
I literally just dropped my tray of my fucking crushed up weed. So I'm not high anymore of drugs because I'm literally sober. I just dropped my tray, bro. I'm pissed off, man. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't interrupt. My bad.
So I'm going to ask both of you. Are we ever going to let this go and get back to just content, or are we just going to keep going? I just want to know for my own thing.
Who are you asking, me or him?
All of you. I mean, I'll ask. I mean, the two of you are the two of you going at it. Razor's jumping in here and there to kind of get his thing. But like, are you ever just going to let it go?
How about this? I could see that it's affected him more than it should have. I wanted to troll him the way he trolled others. So,
by threatening violence? When did I ever do that?
Daniel, I would never.
When did I ever do that?
Brother, I would never do that. It was a joke. Like,
it was a joke. It was a funny. Here's a knife.
It's okay, brother. Okay, fine. How about I'll take my victory and I'll leave you alone because you came on here and you are the trash person that I knew you were. Okay, you cannot have a little conversation man to man. I can let it go. I can let it go right now. And we never ever have to talk to each other again. I'll never mention you. if you want to speak like a grown man. If you don't,
you live in garbage.
Okay.
All right. All right. So I'm going to cut off this segment here about you two going at one another, and we're going to get back to comic book market, what's wrong with collecting.
Inflation, the deflation right there. The whole show just went like.
Well, it's funny. Like Lopez gave him an out, like to be like, "Hey, just talk to me, and we can work this out, or whatever, or settle it in some sort of manner." And then Sticky was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna call him a name instead."
Yeah,
So,
just like Tom gave him an out, and Sticky didn't want it.
Yeah. He's cheesy. He's really cheesy at this point, and
He's a phony pussy attention whore.
yeah, he's
And
fun
my
to make
challenge
fun
still
of.
stands, Goose.
I don't know the guy. I don't know the guy, dude. I don't subscribe. I don't.
He's just fun to laugh at this point.
I just feel like just block and move on. You know,
Yeah.
like if you're
Yeah.
Sticky, just block and move on.
Yeah.
You know, like if he doesn't want to hear from Darth, like it just,
Yeah, all the guys like they should do their own thing, man. I think Darth and Razor are on their way. They could do their own thing, man. Just come up with some content and do their own thing, man. They don't need Sticky.
I love the fucking drama. I love the drama. I'll be the first to admit it. Fuck it. I love the drama. Fuck it. It is what it is, man. It makes me laugh. I love watching.
I've been there, Brian. Like when I was like with Thorough, like that shit was like just with Nerdy Girl and fucking Epic Nation and what's that other guy's name?
Nick
GQ and just oh my goodness.
It's funny. It's YouTube. This is YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, YouTube is built off of documentaries and drama. That is what YouTube is. It is the ultimate real world reality show with a bunch of antisocial, a couple schizophrenics, and a lot of Karens and Kevins. Okay.
Jerry Springer was the #1 show for a reason.
Yes, you got it. Yes, we love drama. We love gossip. We love to hear people, make fun of people and this and that. And it's just the way we are, man. It's the human problem.
my grandma, who didn't even speak English, her favorite show to watch was Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Shit. Hey, dude, my grandma introduced me to TNT Tuesday night wrestling.
Uh-huh.
And I remember she was, he's got something in his hand. He's got something. It's like, oh, he's got a foreign object. And dude, my grandmother would just like think that shit was real, dude. Like,
yep.
I thought it was real until I was like 28, dude.
By the way, MJ's in live. I want to say to MJ, bro, you were hilarious on this show. You did such a good job. Like, you need to clip that moment when he goes, so MJ, what do you think? And you're like, bro, I'm just here to hang out. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that would be a good MJ soundbite. But shout out to MJ. I like what he said. I like what his comment. You know, that everyone loves drama until they get involved in it.
Yep.
I feel like that right there is like, that's got to be the litmus test to you. Like, if you're willing to go in it, like, you just have to know that when the shoe's on the other foot, you better be ready to take it. You know, if you decide to play in it, and that's it. You know, if you're fine taking it when it comes to you, and it's definitely going to roll towards you at some point. Like, that's just how the Zodiac works. You know, in this community.
Yeah.
Well, especially if you put yourself out on a public forum like this, right?
Yeah.
You're putting your
every action has a
your
reaction. Every action has a reaction.
And the going back to my first lesson I learned in the stand-up comedy class, the first lesson of taking a joke is you're always going to take a punch from someone that doesn't get the joke.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Right.
You gotta be willing to take those punches.
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to figure out what material works.
All right, here we go.
Content itself is fine to talk about, but I don't want to hear you guys go at each other anymore. I thought we could talk in peace and kind of get through stuff, but obviously we cannot, which is fine. So I'm going to unmute everybody, and if anybody wants to keep going, I'm just going to boot you out. That's all. But thank you all for showing up. I did want to rile some feathers.
Appreciate you having me on. Take care, buddy.
No, have a good one.
Goose is like, peace. Now, the rest of the show is, I'm going to let you guys go check it out. It was a good show. Go watch the rest of the show. Mighty Comics. He had his what the fuck was I thinking moment. And Swag actually comes on, and Swag does a good job. But here's my thing about the rest of the show. You could tell everybody but Mighty was like, are we going to talk about what just fucking happened there, man? And Mighty's like, no, let's talk about what you think about market reports and collecting. And
yeah, I think Lawrence is ready to move on for sure.
Yeah. He's like, fuck this shit. I'm not going to talk about this anymore, dude. Like, get the hell out of here. So shout out to Mighty Comics and Collectibles.
Yeah.
That is your what the fuck moment in content creators. We've all had it. I wonder if CJ, because CJ, a Comics Journey, has had a lot of what the fuck moments too. But I wonder if CJ thinks about his what the fuck moment and is allowing me to sit there and berate Bueller by calling him a pussy 10 times. You know what I mean? Like, that's his what the fuck moment. Like, what the
Yeah, you were
fuck
definitely the cause of a what the fuck moment.
I was the cause of the what the fuck moment. Yeah.
Hey, Bueller started it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'm
you guys together for sure.
Yeah, I'm innocent.
Hey, are we just gonna like not say anything about how the CIA orchestrated the assassination of
the
President Kennedy?
Did more information come out about that yet?
Yeah.
When did it come out? Recently? Like in the last couple days?
He dropped 80,000 files.
But
in those files, you find out that there was a more clandestine.
We all knew that.
So the CIA, like when we have people at embassies, they're supposed to be American dignitaries or whatever. Half of them were CIA, bro.
Have we just entered into the Bogcast?
No, I'm just.
So speaking of the podcast, do we hear about the pillars underneath the pyramids? You guys see that?
I saw that, bro.
Aliens are real, bro. Aliens are real.
Dude.
Hey, bro, you see all these planes going down, dude?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's alien airspace, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they are affecting air travel, bro.
I'm telling aliens are real, period, bro. They created us. There's something
I just want to thank them for the iPhone.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, let's get back into the regular your regular broadcasting with our boy Diamond Dave.
Can you hear me out there? Hey man, don't be squirting water at me. I'm gonna fuck your girlfriend, pal.
Top Gun.
I know, right? That, you know where that comes. That so a lot of people think that that bell sound that I use is because the Undertaker. Nope, it's 100% Top Gun. Yep, Top Gun. Hell yeah!
All right, thank you for clarifying because I always thought that was from the Undertaker.
Nope, 100% Top Gun, my friend. Did
Bryan,
you guys?
I gotta dip out.
No,
Swag, love you, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
Drama's over. We don't need me anymore. We're gonna go out. I'm just kidding.
Later, Swag.
Bye,
But thanks again. Thanks for having me on. I'm gonna be at WonderCon, Bryan. I'll text you.
All right, talk to you soon.
Bye,
Steve.
All right, so did you guys see 1.1 million?
Yeah, did you see who bought it?
Yeah, the owner of
Pirates,
Dick's
right?
Sporting Goods or something like that, right?
Yep. And then supposedly it's supposed to be displayed in one of their stores in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
That's
and,
crazy.
I think that's a
Dick's inside the Pittsburgh Stadium, I think.
Oh, is that what it is?
Wait, what's?
I mean, it's not a bad play. So what happened is, someone in California pulled the Paul Skeens 1-of-1 MLB debut patch auto card. They sent it out to PSA. It got a 10-10, and it went to auction. The seller of the card had the option to get all the stuff from Pittsburgh which was probably equivalent to $1 million worth of stuff, right? Or something ridiculous where it's like, oh, you get X amount of seats for 20 seasons of baseball, and then all this other additional, stuff that if you give them the card. Well, they decided to send it to auction instead because they live in California, so it doesn't help them
right
to get tickets for 20 years in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And it's some kid or whatever. So I don't feel like it's a bad play for the person that sold it, and then for the buyer either, because I feel like that's going to just build up more traction for people to go to Pittsburgh, go see the card, buy something in Dick's Sporting Goods. Like if it's in the if it's in the stadium or not. So it's kind of like McFarlane buying that baseball, right?
Yep.
Baseballs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's nuts.
Yeah, hopefully Skeens doesn't get hurt, man. He throws some ungodly breaking shit too, man. Like his curve is like almost 90 miles an hour.
Well, what's shocking to me is like seeing how much a pitcher's RPA will go for. I mean, because I remember first getting
Pitchers
back
don't
into baseball cards, no
sell.
one gave a shit about pulling pitchers' rookie cards or autos.
He's different though. Like he's like on a scale of like a Clemens, Roger Clemens, Nolan Ryan,
and he can
Randy
hit
Johnson.
too. He can hit dingers. So did you guys see this too? Check this out. People finding $2,000 Jordan 1 fragments for only $60 at Marshall's.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yep.
Wow.
So that's what the flipper life is about, you guys. That's where we come from.
Wow.
Find out about this.
Yeah.
Oh, Marshall's has this. Remember Five Below had all the Five Below packs, and all the Drajevic 1 in 25s were in there for the Ultimate Fallout.
Amazing Spidey 4 for Silks were in those packs too.
Yep.
Ooh, James is here. What's up,
What
James?
up, brother?
What's up,
What's up,
guys?
Hive?
What's up, Hive?
So the only thing that he needs to say is, I guess the only thing I can say is, I'll keep rocking and rolling to keep making better content and better. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
What are you up to, brother?
Not much.
Yeah. Did you just finish your
Just
sale?
What's that?
You have an eBay sale?
I did. I had you guys on in the background while I was doing it.
Nice. Very cool. There was something else that was pretty interesting. Hold on here.
Did you guys see Invincible?
Yes, it's amazing.
Hell yeah.
Bro, just watch the last episode, bro.
Can we talk about that real quick? Have you guys been paying attention to all the Invincible sales and stuff on eBay?
Oh, man.
Yes, I have.
So here's the thing. And this is something that we've talked about over years of doing, speculation content. The thing about Invincible is it was always that book that people who read it knew it was one of the best comics ever written. But it was always so underrated, and people just didn't care about it, right? And so the reason why it was always so underrated is because he also wrote Walking Dead, and Walking Dead was just a monster. They back 10 years ago, we were calling it the AF-15 of our time because it was so expensive. It was a $2,000 raw book back in the day when that was just impossible to happen. So we just didn't think of Invincible, but the smart people who knew what Invincible was about knew how rare those books are and how to get the first issue is so tough. And then we also know, of course, about all the Invincible previews, right? All the Invincible previews in comics.
Tech Jacket.
Yep. Tech Jacket. Savage Dragon.
He-Man.
He-Man. G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe.
Yep. And there's a ton of those books that have all the Invincible books. So that being said, hold on here.
And I think they announced a season 4. So
Yeah, they did.
so I mean, it's a major IP now. Like it was an IP, but now it's like it's a thing now. It's smoldering now, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so here's one of them. This was Savage Dragon number 102. This has one of the Invincible previews in it. So be on the lookout for that one. It's a 5-page Invincible preview at the end of it. Tech Jacket number 1 is another one of those Invincible previews. Hold on here. Let's see here. Next was what? G.I. Joe.
Number 12.
G.I. Joe number 12.
Oh, that's why my G.I. Joe 12s aren't selling. It's because Key Collector didn't talk about it.
Yeah, right. So here we go. This is another. Look at that beautiful freaking Joe Benitez cover. That's such a good cover.
Yeah, we were talking about his covers the other night.
Yeah, the bat. So this is another preview. And then, of course, the other one is He-Man number 1.
Skeletor on the front.
Yeah, I think that's the second print of that. That's the Skeletor.
Is this one? No, not this one. It's the 20. Where is it? 2012.
I think it's the 2003 series for He-Man.
Yeah.
2003. That's it.
Good job, Adam.
Thank you. See, I know. I can occasionally talk more about other things besides titties.
Yeah,
when I try.
There we go. Masters of the Universe, not He-Man. So here's the OG cover. It has a 5-page preview. There is also a bunch of variants. There is a second print, which is the Skeletor. That's badass. There is the J. Scott Campbell cover.
Baby.
Yeah.
Mama.
Testify.
There is this one.
What a great cover.
Santa Lucia, limited to 3,500 copies. There is the Chromium one. Limited to 200 copies. There is the Wraparound by Earl Norham, who did some of the original ones. And then there is another Santa Lucia limited to 1,500. This is the Graham Crackers one. So there's those are some of the rare ones, right? But the ones that you need to be on the lookout for is this one. And this is one of my OG spec play books from back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Noble Causes.
Yep. Noble Causes, Family Secrets number 3 has the first appearance of Invincible in it. This is the first appearance of Invincible. But this is the A cover right here. But the cover you really want, which is so fucking hard to find, is the Days of Future Past variant that has Invincible on the cover right there.
Damn.
Yeah.
I remember when those used to be like $30.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yep.
What's that selling for now?
That's a great question. I just pulled 3 of them out of my collection to send your way to get pressed. Hood. Are those easy to press?
We'll find out.
We'll find out. All right, here we go. Let's go. Noble Causes Family Secrets number 3. You can get one for $90 right now. But it's an 8.0, they're calling it. All right, let's see here.
And Nathan says there's 996 for 200.
All right, here we go. Here's some sales. $80 for a 9.0 raw, $120 for a near mint raw. A 9.6 PGX sold for $170. A 9.8 sold for $437.
Good Lord.
Yeah. That's a tough
last
book,
week.
dude. This week.
Last week, bro.
Yeah, last week. No, March 8th. Yeah. So, but this is such a tough book. A 9.4 for 160 and 9.6 for 150. So
good deal, man.
Yeah,
It's good for the hobby, dude. Like,
Yeah.
you need some things to go well to boost the comics, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, Invincible's kind of breaking the rules on spec too, right? Because usually you would sell all the stuff before before the first episode of the next season even drops. Like prices are jumping up even after the show premieres. Like the season finale, stuff is like moving more and at higher prices.
I heard that Kirkman is going to go a different route from the comics in season 4. That's what I heard.
Well, he kind of has to because he can't use Spawn or Savage
Right.
Dragon or anybody, right? So
I heard that he's trying to get Spawn on the show.
Yeah, there's rumors of that spawning up. Haha.
Yeah.
Boo.
So this is Robert Kirkman's very first work in
Pope.
comics. Battle Pope #1. One of my all-time favorite book comics.
Such a great book.
Yep. Also Tony Moore's very first work in comics.
That's something.
Yep. I own a cover. Let's see here. If I go to Battle Pope, does he have the rest of the issues? Let's go Funkatron. Let's go non-key. Wait, let's go non-key issues. I have the cover to this issue right here. And it's not censored in the real cover.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah. So
did it look like that Cheeto or more like a hot dog?
let me see if I have it. Let me look.
I'm
here.
never going to see Cheetos in the same way again.
Thanks, man.
Sweet.
I had to reference the Cheetos earlier, right?
Yeah. But there is an issue of Battle Pope also that has a preview of Invincible in it. It's the reprint for Image. It's this issue 3, I believe, 3 or 4 has a back cover that has Invincible on it. So
those battle damage books are starting to move again.
Which one? Oh, are they really?
Like I saw Clutch's show. He sold some battle damage books. He sold old Invincible T-shirts still in the bag.
What cereal is Jesus eating?
Yeah.
I don't know. Does it turn into fish though afterwards?
Yeah. $284 for a tech jacket, 9.8. Look at that.
Oh wow.
But people are putting first appearance Invincible, so don't believe that the preview is the first appearance because it's not. It's just a preview of the first issue.
Bulletproof.
Yeah.
It's all about
$12 for Masters Universe #1 and 2. I like this Invincible Zero. I have a couple of these signed by Ryan Otley. I also like.
I like that Otley right there, man.
This one, yeah. The #2 variant, yeah.
Oh, I guess they don't see the video of us sitting here.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. There we go. My bad, you guys.
Well, thank you for wanting to see our beautiful faces.
Yeah. 9/8. There's another Batman or a He-Man. Invincible 60. Here's the Invincible War. $90. 144 final issue, $80.
Even common issues that are going for good money right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here's a battle damage 9/8 of Adam Eve, 150.
I need a hot chick, an Adam Eve costume, an ice cream cake, and a video camera.
Here's the first appearance of Battle Beast in a 9/6, 300. Look at that. I mean, just Invincible low print on Invincible stuff. A lot of it is low print. Invincible Undeluxe #1. $142 for a number 60. There's another one on number 60, 142. $212 for 61. This one was the number 2 book on the Hot 10, I believe, right? First Conquest. The Battle Beast books are going crazy now. So if you guys running into any Invincible out there, look at that. $350 for a second print issue number 60. Raw. $350 raw.
Wow.
A mega box exclusive, $42 for Invincible number 133. Man, look at the prices on these. This is just crazy. San Diego Comic-Con. I got a bunch of Invincible stuff from San Diego that I need to pull out. So I am going to have a big sale tomorrow on eBay. So I'll pull out some of my Invincible variants. If you guys want to get into any Invincible stuff, I'll have some of the San Diego Comic-Con variants that I probably should be grading, but I'll make them available for sale tomorrow. Look at that, $650 for an Invincible number 1198. That's crazy. Nuts. So be on the lookout for the Invincible stuff. All right, let's run through F.O.C. really quick. There's some really good books on covers on F.O.C. this week. Shout out to our boy Billy. We're going to start, though, with Lefteros, our boy Lefteros. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Right there. All right, here we go. F.O.C. Here are Lefteros' picks this week. Absolute Flash #2. First appearance of the Absolute Grodd. I haven't read the new Absolute Flash. Of any of you guys?
I skimmed it. It looked decent. I got to read the whole thing later.
Okay. Godzilla vs. America Los Angeles is on the list. Godzilla attacking Los Angeles. You got him taking out the Hollywood sign. Next, you have King Spawn #44. You got a crazy Bjorn Barons cover. Is that Billy Kincaid? Is that who that's supposed to be? Who is that? It's King Spawn. Let's see here. Do you recall those Bjorn Barons illustration Spawn covers for Halloween a couple of years ago? Well, he's back for Easter and more twisted than ever. Yeah, that looks like Billy Kincaid, right? That's crazy. Have you guys seen the series of that's coming out? The Billy Kincaid stuff that's coming out?
No.
Or not the Billy Kincaid. Who was the girl in the Billy Kincaid stuff? The little
the girl's name.
Spawn series victim. So she becomes the new Spawn. What was her name? That's it. Shara Lee Johnson. Here it is. Oh, page not found. It's called No Home Here. Spawn No Home Here. Check this out. This is crazy. I meant to talk about this a few weeks ago. Is it called No Home Here? Yes, look at this. Look how creepy this looks.
Oh, yeah, I did see these.
Look at that. The Curse of Shara Lee Johnson. Cover B. And she's a little girl. She's got all the toys. Says, I love Billy. This is creepy. Holy. And she's all clowned out. So it says, what happened to Shara Lee Johnson, the 7-year-old victim of the infamous serial killer Billy Kincaid? The Curse of Shara Lee Johnson, an epic new chapter in the Spawn universe, explores the fate of the innocent young girl. Her harrowing adventures with the stranger are laid bare as her story and the world she now inhabits is revealed. With the story conceived in the twisted mind of Daniel Henriquez and interior art by celebrated artist Jonathan Glapian, the reader will explore parts of the Spawn universe never before seen. That is crazy. Look at the sketch cover.
Yeah, it's so good.
That's going to be a badass book. And there is a blank cover too, it looks like. So that'd be crazy to get sketches on. So, all right. Back to F.O.C. One World Under Dune, number 3. You got another Doomasaur variant, this time by Godtail. And then Redcoat, number 11. First full appearance of the Northerner. So there you go. Rogue Sun, number 25, second print. Introduction of Ari as a new Rogue Sun by Stefano Simoni. And then Star Wars, number 1. A Phil Noto cover. New mainline ongoing series that takes place after Return of the Jedi. So that should be interesting. I'll check that out for sure. But this right here, you guys, look at this cover. Summer of Superman special, number 1. Alexander Lozano cover. New Supergirl story. Look how freaking beautiful this is. What a cover.
Mm-hmm.
That is just fantastic. So there is a Chrissy Zulo, what's his name, variant? What's the dog's name? Crypto. That's a great Crypto cover right there. Where's Hood? He's going to want one of those. There's a 1 in 25 Dan Jurgens that's not so good, though, to be honest. It's okay. And that is it for Lefteros. Make sure you guys go check out his articles on Cover Price and check him out on Black Crown Comics on Sundays. All right. Christian Ward cover for Absolute Flash number 2 looks kind of interesting. I like Christian Ward covers. Always have. All right. The fucking Lobos variant. Look at this thing. This is the Virgin 1 in 100 for the Amazing Spider-Man number 2 variant. 1 in 100 Pablo Villalobos variant. Holy shit, is that good. Really, really good. And I love how the paintings on the bottom are all rolled up in the bag. That's where he's got his signature on it right there. Fuck, that's good. And he's got a couple covers out tonight or this week or on F.O.C. Sort of Crisis Events. That book number 1, that Del Mundo is hot. There's another variant for that we'll get into in a second. Batman 615 facsimile. You got a really cool Russell Dodderman variant for Avengers 25. Black Hammer. Catwoman 75 has a interesting Fuimara. Sebastian Fuimara has kind of changed up his style a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not as dark. The frickin' Frank Cho, man. Catwoman is excellent. Beautiful. Let's see here. Challengers of the Unknown. You've got DC and Sonic the Hedgehog number 2. Doing a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog crossovers lately. You got a Mega Man one coming. Look at this Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger number 5 cover. Holy cow. Look at that. Marco Failla. Failla? Look at how beautiful that is. That's a killer cover. There's the B cover, and there is a C cover by Chad Harden on that one. Detective Comics 1096 has a badass Mikhail Janine cover. That's sick.
The second best Batman book on the stands after Absolute.
Is
Taylor's killing it with it.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that looks badass. Look at that. It's creepy as shit. All right, more. We've got a Detective Comics 1096 Derek Chu cardstock cover, that new character. You got a Liber Mayho, another Epitaph from the Abyss number 10, Liber Mayho. Okay, there's a Mike Mayhew Carnage variant that we'll talk about here in a second. G.I. Joe, there is an amazing, absolutely amazing Lorenzo De Felici variant for Cobra Commander. That is just that's a cover of the year category type book right there. So good. You have a Derek Chu, Baroness, and Destro, which is good. You've got the G.I. Joe Real American Hero Spirit #1 silent issue. That's interesting. I don't know who this Glopple character is, but that looks interesting too. Grimm #22. You got a Boom 20th anniversary variant that looks pretty cool. You know what, dude? Why aren't you doing a Hive variant for Hive?
I slept on it.
Yeah.
If I'd known they were going to a third printing, probably would have, but
yeah. That's cool.
I heard it's a good book too.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Look at this Infinity Watch cover right here. Infinity Watch #4. That character is badass looking. That's a cool character. Got a Phil Coulson variant on that one. All right, King Spawn. Great covers. This is the Eduardo Pancisca. Some of these are starting to roll out. They are the contest winners, right? For the Spawn covers, I believe. Here's another one. Taunton Revolver variant. So again, I think some of these are the winners of the contest. Magic #4. Look at that cover. Holy cow. J. Scott Campbell. He's been killing the covers on Magic lately. Mine is a Lonesome Grave. #3's got a great cover. Look at this. Holy shit, that's a good cover. Matthew Roberts. New Champions #4, Lobos cover. Another good Lobos cover. You got a Rian Gonzalez variant of that, and this one looks interesting too. This New Gods cover is great right here. I like the cardstock Nicola Scott variant for that. Let's see here. Doom covers. You've got the Delato variant. You've got the RB Silva variant, which is pretty good. More red coat stuff. Rogue Sun, Sabretooth. And this is crazy right here. John Tyler Christopher is so smart. Now he's doing the Power of the Force Series 2 figures. I went so ham on collecting all these. I have every single variant in these. The long sabers, short tray, or long tray, short saber. Long saber, long tray. The Boba Fett variants, the open hand, close hands, there's so many crazy errors on all these runs. And now John Tyler Christopher is doing action figure variants from this set, which is cool. So I'm going to put a bunch of these up. Yeah, on eBay now. You used to be able not be able to sell these, but hopefully it'll make it so there's some nostalgia for these.
Like I said, I see those Power of the Force figures cheap everywhere.
Yep. Some are really rare too. Really rare, like the heirs. There's a Delato, Luke Skywalker. That's pretty good. Let's see here. There's the Lozano. That's so fucking good. Walking Dead. All right, Witchblade #10. There's a Tula Lotai Witchblade. I don't know if I like this or not.
No.
Yeah, not a fan of that one. Pass. I love Tulalutai though, but that was just not it.
That one seemed rushed.
Yeah.
Or something.
Something off with it. All right, you got the Youngblood Deluxe. They're just doing a foil cover for Youngblood #1, which is cool. New colors and inks, I believe. And then you have Zatanna, you have a Jamal Campbell, you have a Sweeney Boo, you have a Ji-Hung Lee, and hold on here. Here we go. Get rid of this. Okay, let's go. Boom. All right. Is this it? Oh, this isn't what I need. Look at that cover. Holy cow. Batman 158, March 26th. What am I looking at here? I want F.O.C. Final Order Cutoff. All right, here we go. So these are just the variants, so we can see the 1 in 25. So there's a 1 in 50. Absolute Flash. All right, here's a Kale New 1 in 25 for Black Panther. Ultimate Black Panther #15. It's pretty dope. There is a 1 in 25 Wonder Woman. Let's see what it looks like. Something a little off about that one too. Not my style. There's a 1 in 25 Pacelli for the Avengers #25. This looks like a bunch of new characters in that or something. Is that what that is? All new, all different Masters of Evil. So you've got Mad Thinker, Madcap, Mr. Hyde, Exterminatrix.
Interesting.
Dread Knight. So there you go. That Exterminatrix character looks interesting. She's straight up S&M gimp gear, wearing gimp gear.
Awesome sauce.
I remember Madcap. What is the first appearance of Exterminatrix? Let's take a look at that. First appearance, Marvel Boy #1. Wow. I forgot about
Grant
that.
Morrison, Marvel Boy?
The the old school 2001 series.
All right.
Marvel Boy #6. It's the Grant Morrison. Yep. Marvel Boy. Look at that. That was a great series. That's her first appearance. See if that book pops up. Goes crazy. All right, Doom. Here's your 1 in 100 Del Auto. It's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I'll just buy the trade dress. I would just buy the trade dress. Let's see here. This is a 1 in 10 Magic by Momoko. Pass. There's a 1 in 100 Rose Besh Magic. It's not terrible, but I'm probably not going to pick that up. G.I. Joe, 1 in 25. Destro. Looks pretty dope. We already looked at that Lobos. Where is this? Here we go. 1 in 25 Zatanna. Nah, it's okay. There's the Spawn stuff. All right, look at this fucking carnage. This is a 1 in 25 Mike Mayhew. This book is going to go crazy. What a great freaking 1 in 25 ratio variant. Way to go, Marvel. I know sometimes they're just throwing fucking darts at boards, but that is awesome. Really fucking good. Is there more? You got the Lozano, you have the Crypto. This is a 1 in 25 for, or 1 in 15 for Grimm. That's pretty good too. Skull cover. Space Ghost. All right, here more Sonic. Here's one of the Sonic books. DC and Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's see what the next one looks like. See if there's any good covers. No, doesn't show shit. Snot Girl is back. I didn't know they were doing that series. Brian O'Malley's doing it too. Wow. Power Rangers, Star Wars. There's a logo variant for that. Epitaphs from the Abyss. All right, Fantastic Four has a 1 in 50 John Byrne Hidden Galactus variant. Silver Surfer, John Byrne cover. That'll be a big book. There is 100 that's just a version of the regular. There's the Lobos. We looked at that. There is a Mark Spears Silverhawks foil. There you go. Cover H. That's actually pretty good. That's really dope. And DuckTales. You've got see anything crazy there. Thundercats. G.I. Joe. Herculoids. Ooh, look at this. Dan Panosian. Let's take a look at Dan Panosian. It's okay. Not terrible. You got Space Quest. There's the Mark Spears that the Ashcan was sent out for. This In Bloom is interesting. You got a cool Christian Ward cover for that. Zootopia. There is an X-Men 1 in 25 for the facsimile for 134. It's not that good. There's a Zootopia Trish Forstner 1 in 20. Here's the Rob Liefeld. There's a 1 in 25 of that. That's just like a red color version of it. This is interesting. They're bringing back Mouse Guard. Boom Studios is doing a facsimile of Mouse Guard.
And they're doing them in the original size format too.
So I have like 3 full runs of this. And because they're bringing it back, I think I'm gonna pull out a run and offer it in my eBay sale tomorrow. So we'll see if that sells. Great series. Excellent. David Peterson killed it. Here's the X-Men 134 variant, 1 in 25 facsimile, and it is garbage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Fucking terrible.
Why?
Ricky Yagawa.
Is that a regular? Because that looks like some crap on Unknown Comic Books with Paul.
I know. It's pretty bad, dude. It's not good. There is Lady Death swimsuit stuff coming out. So it must be a Kickstarter fulfillment. You got some booby books. Lots of titty books.
Titties for the win.
And that is it. That is a new comic book day. So, Billy says, Mouse Guard is already out, but they moved distributors and reselling. It's already out, Mouse Guard, but they moved distributors and are reselling. Oh, okay. I got you. I get it. Look at that. Master Swag King in the house. What's going on, brother? That is about it for tonight. We had a long drama alert segment. So I don't think there's anything else. Hive, how you doing, brother?
Doing good.
Yeah. You got anything interesting going on?
I'm doing a pretty long live sale tomorrow on eBay.
Yeah.
So I'm going for 5 hours, like 7 p.m. Eastern till midnight.
Holy shit, bro.
And yeah. And next week's gonna be fun. This local guy down by me, he's been snagging up this collection from this old head that's got like 1 million books. And he came across 8 longs of signed books. There's like almost a full long that's all Adam Hughes, like his Catwoman and Zatanna stuff, all signed. A bunch of other stuff. So this next Friday and then 2 weeks after that, I'll be doing slinging a bunch of raw signed, because it's stuff he can't sell. He's not used to selling signed books, and he's not used to selling vintage. So I've been snagging all his vintage from him, and all of his signed stuff, and selling it for him and cutting him off some. So it's been pretty good. But yeah, so next Friday is gonna be pretty dope.
Shout out to Alex for that $5 super chat. He says, gonna bump 5 for the weed fund. Appreciate that. As a matter of fact, we need to replay that because they didn't get to hear the farting event. So let me go ahead and replay that for everybody out there. That's the best part. There you go. Have fun.
And then I just put in, I put in last week, but I should have approval this week for the mail-in signing for Mark. So,
oh, nice.
Anybody's want to get some stuff signed by Mark and sent off to CGC. I should have more details next weekend because it should be live by next weekend. But yeah, we got all that set up.
Cool.
So that'll be dope.
He says, sweet in the comments.
Yep.
See you, brother. Check this out. Have you guys seen this? This is a variant coming out for Amazing Spider-Man number 70, the Marvel Rivals variant, and it's a bunch of Spider-Men from the Spider-Verse. I didn't know. Are they bringing Spider-Punk into Marvel Rivals?
I think he's already there.
Yeah, if he's not already there, I'm sure he's coming. So
I didn't know he was already there. Wow.
They're gonna push everybody into it.
Yeah, this is a wraparound cover that's badass.
That's
Billy says he got those in yesterday, the Marvel Rivals. That is awesome. Really good. So I haven't seen that yet until just today. Just noticed it.
Ooh, my son. You guys like this? I think the chat would like this too. My son Max, my 8-year-old son, just found Marvel Rivals. He started playing it, and so he was asking me, because just like every other kid, he wants Jeff the Land Shark. So Jeff's got a skin that he wants, and it's like $15 or whatever. And so he's asked me if he could do some chores, and we always try and keep the kids doing art all the time. And he's like, can I do some chores to make $15? And I said, well, here's a blank cover. How about you draw something and we'll sell it tonight during the live sale? And so he did. Let me show you what he drew. So this is my son Max's first sketch cover.
That's awesome, bro.
And so he sold it tonight. One of my customers bought it from him. So tomorrow he gets his Jeff the Land Shark.
That's awesome sauce.
Yeah, and he's like, Dad, tomorrow I want to do a Batman. Do you have a Batman blank? I'm like, yeah, I've got Batman blanks. So
that's awesome sauce.
So every Friday now he's gonna be dropping a sketch on my live sale so he can make some money. My only concern is he'll stop doing chores because they realize he can make more money selling sketch covers than doing chores. But but we'll see.
That's dope, dude. That's super dope. All right. I'll have a sale tomorrow too. Probably a little bit later in the day. Probably we start about 9 or 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm getting ready for WonderCon. I got to have a couple of sales to make a little extra money to take with me to WonderCon. So those will everything that I sell over the next I'll do a sale tomorrow, sale Monday, and probably a sale Wednesday, and all those will get shipped out as soon as I get back from WonderCon. But so yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of stuff available. I found some of those treasury size Superman versus Spider-Man issues I found a bunch of the mouse guard sets. I found all kinds of stuff. I'm going to pull out some of the rare Invincible San Diego Comic-Con stuff, and I'll, like I said, just raising some money for WonderCon. I'll be heading out Thursday morning. So I don't know. I think Wednesday's show is probably just going to be like a really easy show that might kind of jump into a selling show. So that'll be fun. We'll see how that plays out. And it's going to be a lot of fun. WonderCon is going to be Thursday through Sunday. And I'm just going to hang out and, shoot the shit with people. So if you're going, make sure you guys let us know and we'll figure out a way to all hang out, who's ever is going to be there. I also want to remind people that not only that, it's going to be one of the first places that you can get this sick Mark Spears cover right here, this G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero number 315, the Zartan and Dreadnoks cover. This is just absolutely beautiful. So this will be available for the first time at WonderCon, and then it'll be available again at the Huntsville, Alabama Con. So beautiful, beautiful stuff. And on top of that, we're going to I'm working on getting just the basic shirts for people that want Beyond Wednesday's merchandise. So I should have like 3 or 4 or 5 shirts available on. I'm trying a new one called Dashery, I think it's called. So I'll have some cool parody shirts and some just Beyond Wednesday's gear. I'll have. So this is funny. I should have talked about this during Drama Alert, but the snakes over at Steal Your Vision have decided to continue making jokes about calling my 70 plus year old mother and harassing her. So I am going to be making available Steal Your Vision gear at the same time on the Dashery. So
Can I have the honor of buying the first one of those?
You
Those
can,
fucking
you
scumbag
can,
sticks?
you can, Adam. So there will be Steal
I
Your
like to
Vision
punch
gear.
Peter in the face so fucking hard.
Yeah. And there will be some Obey Marco gear too. So all of course parodies for Steal Your Vision. But that being said, we'll also have some really good Beyond Wednesdays gear, and also announcement about some other stuff is going to come. Some other really cool things that we're planning here over Beyond Wednesdays will be announced during the WonderCon weekend. And I probably won't be doing much content. So Yi will probably take over for me if anything is done with the House of Stein Hot 10 that week. They'll probably go old school. And then, we'll be back on Tuesday the following week for Industry of Comics show. So that being said, go check out all the really good shit that we did this week. We have 3 great interviews. And before we go, I want to give a very special thank you to some other content creators in the comic book content creators universe. Shout out to Marcus over at Circumstances YouTube. I can't thank him enough for dropping some really big members dumps. So here, go show some love to Marcus and his channel right here. Here is a link to his channel, and also a big shout out to Harry's Comics. Go show some love to his channel right now. Here is a link.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be diving in.
He also really did some really cool shit. So there's his stuff. Shout out to those guys for just being really cool and supporting the community and dropping some members things. It was really cool, and I appreciate that. So one last time, let's give a shout out to those guys for doing that. All these people getting all these goodies. I know it's been really cool to have Ronnie and Billy at Economics and Comics, and Marcus and Perry, everybody that drops the memberships, the gifted memberships. Perry dropped 20, Marcus dropped 20, Billy's dropped like 50, Ronnie's dropped like 50. So I'm going to start doing a bunch of extra members only stuff. So a lot of the content that I shoot from WonderCon will be for members. And then I'm also going to be doing videos going over comments with members only. And then also a bunch of videos of me going through the stuff that I'm getting ready to sell from the lockers that I had, the storage lockers that I had. I'll be doing for members only, for all those people that have dropped all those memberships to keep you guys coming back for them. So appreciate everybody that helps us. We have something very special in the works that I can't explain it yet in full. I have a really good friend helping me out with that, but it's going to be something that you can only get from being a supporter of Beyond Wednesdays, whether that's a membership or give super chats. Everybody who is a member or gives super chats every month, shout out to Alex who just joined the memberships, will have a chance to win something very special that I will only give away once a month. And you can only get it from that. There's no other place to get it. And you guys are going to trip when you see it at the end. That's all I'll say. It'll be very, very cool. So we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out with us. 3 hours, 45 minutes. We're out. Go sub up to these guys. Go check out their sales. Go buy James's book. I Was a Teenage Fashion School Killer #1. Adios.